Yes, baseball is being played in the capital. First of all, London, who is here cheering on the Cardinals today?
You know what? That cheer was okay. But I want to ask you, London, who is here for the Cubs? Put it up! That is what I am talking about, Max Whittle.
Who's here for baseball? Okay, it's time we introduced our team. So our first game will be the Cubs against the Cardinals. Each team consists of 3 players, a legend, a superstar, and a big hitter.
That is right. Chicago will be battling first. So if we can please welcome into the cage, all the way from Wrigley Field, it is the Chicago Cubs!
Okay, Trafalgar Square. Leading off for Chicago is a bona fide legend. It is the one and only Dexter Fowler!
Battling second, it is their superstar, Alex Hugo!
Make some noise, London. Last but not least, their big hitter, GB hero, it's Forbes!
You know, in the UK, we're all very polite. We do a nice little cheer, but I'm saying we're gonna bring America to London. Put the noise level up. It is the Chicago Cubs, everybody. That's what I'm saying. That is what I am saying.
So, they've got to have an opponent, of course. Let's see who they'll be going up against. It is, of course, all the way from Busch Stadium, the St. Louis Cardinals.
To the toilet and flush it. My last stance be a stance of a General Custard. I hot dog cause I can. I got the cheese and mustard. I got the stats of a Hall of Fame in just 2 records. That's why I'm back up at the Super Bowl with Julius Peppers. I got that can't stop, won't stop in my vein. That's why they can't stop, won't stop screaming the name. Nelly, Nelly. Go tell a friend to tell a friend. I'ma keep the same grin whether I lose or win.
So, are we ready? Dropping in first, it is David Eckstein.
A Redbird legend right there. Next up, it's Ashton Lansdell, everyone.
And of course, completing their lineup, please welcome Alana Snow. You can do better than that, guys. Come on.
Come on, London. The sun is shining. Make some noise for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Ow, So, we know the rules. We know the teams. I think it might be time
to play ball.
You know it.
Did I do that okay? I hope I did that okay. Maybe we should ask Tyler if I did that all right.
Was that an American accent? Is that what that was, Max?
Can I have a go?
Please, Amy, let's hear it.
It is time to play ball.
That's pretty good. Those are both pretty good. I'm very impressed. Chicago Cubs, St. Louis Cardinals, who's ready to roll? We got Dexter Fowler, we got David Eckstein. I'm going to be joined by multiple special guests in the booth up here on the stage coming up in just a little bit. But we're going to get this thing rolling on a gorgeous Friday evening in London at Trafalgar Square as the Cubs and Cards get ready to roll. Dexter Fowler, the guy who had one of the greatest nicknames in all of baseball history, the legendary late Vin Scully, nicknamed Dexter Fowler Daddy Longlegs for the way he chased down balls in the outfield, and a guy who has spent a whole lot of time making some happy memories for all the fans from the north side climbing into the batter's box. Let's refresh you on the rules in case you were not around for our matchup just a short time ago in the first of our evening matchups here inside the cage. This is what we're looking at. Each at bat, 20 pitches in Home Run Derby X, which is the Home Run Derby with two main twists, a team game, and you get some defensive elements to play out in Home Run Derby X, the cage as well. As you will see, when these hits are projected via radar technology measuring the flight of the ball, they'll be sent into the virtual world, I should say, here at Trafalgar Square. There are two out zones. If you hit a ball just out of the infield, that's an out on a catch. And if you hit a ball that does not clear the outfield wall in a slight space, essentially the warning track, that is an out as well. Those take points away from your total. 100 points for one of those close to the infield outs. 250 pulled off your total close to the outfield wall. Otherwise, you're looking to smash dingers. You're looking to crush balls into the outfield, whatever you can do. Let's get this thing rolling with Dexter Fowler, who says it's time to go. We got the 3 practice swings to kick things off on each side, and then 20 pitches per at-bat for each of these teams. Now you'll get bonus points for all kinds of different things. Target hits you will see in the projected virtual Trafalgar Square. We've got 2x and a single 3x multiplier. We've also got bonus points for home run hat tricks. That's 3 home runs during an at-bat. Also bonus points for 400-plus foot homers, and the last 5 pitches of each at-bat are big-time points opportunities, hot streaks. The orange balls where everything counts double. And it's time for Dexter Fowler to take some rips.
They can lose trust. Right, wrong, easy pop. Where you they go, we they go up. Catch my vibe, let me go up. Blam the
First swing for Dexter Fowler, 500 points as we are underway here on Friday evening. The Cubs getting things started first. Cardinals will follow. Dexter Fowler, a guy who played a whole bunch of big league ball, just 2 seasons in Chicago, but what years those were, 2015, 2016. Not only went to the All-Star game in 2016, he has 13 homers and OPS 840 as right on cue he leaves the yard here. And oh, by the way, remember that World Series championship squad in 2016, which ended a 108-year drought. Cardinals fans, I'm not sure if Cubs fans have let you know about that. Has anybody heard about that 2016 World Series and the drought and the Billy Goat and all that? It's a very under-the-radar story that wasn't really discussed a lot. 14-year big league career. Dexter Fowler, 127 homers, drove in 517, and a guy who captured a crown with those 2016 Chicago Cubs in that Game 7 against Cleveland. The rain delay, the drama, and the exorcism of those demons for the north side as Dex continues swinging. He's down to 13 pitches remaining and another big shot that leaves the yard. 2,500 points plus 1,000 on that one. 3,500 now for Dexter Fowler to get things started for the Cubs. Rounds it out at 4,000 points on a shot to right field. You can see on our virtual screen where those multipliers are. We've also got targets out there. Nelson's column right out in dead center field, of course, which if we were not hitting in the cage, I would be very interested to see how many people could actually take aim at that column. Another 1,000 points for Dexter Fowler. 5,000 now, and the timeout coming midway into this 20-pitch contingent. So 10 offerings, the 20-second timeout to rest up a little bit, and then 10 more to come on these opening swings here in our first semifinal matchup. We've got Cubs, Cardinals to get things started. We'll have Yankees, Red Sox to follow this one, and the two moving teams move on to the final as there's that gorgeous swing from the left-handed side today, who deposits another one deep down the right field line, and that one is just unable to squeak out over the wall in right. So that is a catch out and a 250-point deduction in that out zone, folks. 47-50 for Dexter Fowler with 9 pitches remaining here in his AB tonight. He ropes another one right side on a ball yanked that direction. And that's going to add to this total as that dunks down for 400 points. So up over 5,000 now for Dexter Fowler. Another swing and a shot back up the middle toward the right side. That one would have been through for a knock into shallow right. A 300-point tally to add to it. Getting some lift and some launch. Final handful of pitches coming up. Remember, the last 5 pitches will come with those orange baseballs. And they will be double the points as that one gets out of here. And another home run for Dexter Fowler, 2,000 points for him. And we're into that final contingent, the hot streak baseballs, as a shot to right is just in front of the out zone. So that's 1,200 for Dex. 96-50 now, looking to cross over 10,000 points. Here to get things started as the leadoff man, the legend for the Cubs. That one may have been a 400-plus foot shot, which would actually just under 377 on that shot out to right, but still nearing 15,000 points. And another home run will put Dexter Fowler up over 15,000 on the double point total, so 15,650, and flexing on a big shot on the penultimate offering of this one, and it gets out of here as Dexter Fowler finishing on the home run hat trick and tallying 18,150 points to get things started for the Cubs. And the opening round of this Home Run Derby X the Cage competition. And as we get set for the leadoff man on the St. Louis Cardinals side, I get to bring in a legend as well. We got legends out in the cage. We've got a broadcasting legend here, Melanie Newman, who competed in our last Home Run Derby X the Cage competition a moment ago, and the play-by-play voice of the Baltimore Orioles. Give it up for Melanie Newman.
Competed is a loose word.
Yeah, I thought you did great.
I did my best.
You told me earlier that you haven't had a ton of swings.
No.
Much less, I would imagine, with like several thousand people watching you in the middle of a city that you're not from.
Let's put 0 before today with 1,000 people watching. No, this has been absolutely a stellar environment to bring baseball into.
All right, so tell us what it was like. You were in the cage, you're taking swings.
I wanted to be anywhere else. I felt like every pitch was 3 feet too far away or was up and inside. They have some great pitchers in there that are making it competitive. But, you know, we had the team carry us. Nick Swisher, who just doesn't ever run out of energy, came in and put it on his shoulders.
The other thing about it, and I was saying this earlier, the backdrop to this is very different. We'll talk about that in a second. But let's get ready to roll with the St. Louis Cardinals legend, David Eckstein. 18,150 points for Dexter Fowler to get things started today for the Chicago Cubs. David Eckstein, I got to be honest, I was watching David Eckstein take hacks in the cage a moment ago. You could put this dude back in a big league lineup right now. Everything was coming off the bat like 110 miles an hour right back up the middle.
Do you not feel like we have another whole team here,
yeah,
guys,
easily.
that we're going to call it the out of retirement team?
Easily. We could just make it into like a 3-team roundabout sort of deal. They could play the actual Cubs and Cardinals coming up. But what I was saying during the last edition that we had with, of course, our MLB Network talent and the tail enders, it's not an easy backdrop. You're swinging, you got a screen, you got Nelson's column, you have me yelling like an idiot back here.
Telling me my feet are wrong, I can hear you. You've got to have tunnel focus to come out here and crush this.
Well, if there is one thing that all of these players know how to do, it is lock in like that, as David Eckstein gets his day started with 600 points. David Eckstein, a career made out of proving himself as one of the best pure contact guys in baseball and one of the most beloved guys in baseball as well. 2-time All-Star, led the league in hit by pitches and sacrifice flies twice in his career, although you're not going to get points for either of those in Home Run Derby X. Although, if you take a pitch from like a BP pitcher and you get plunked by it, I feel like that should be worth like at least 100 points.
I have a bone to pick with you here. That we've got the comebackers at the L screen that are points, but if it's a catch at the wall, you
Hey, I didn't make these rules.
Points deducted. This is a tough life.
That's a good point. I did talk about that with Nick Swisher. He was crushing balls that were dying in the
warning track
and
power.
losing points.
Yeah.
It felt like he was making some good contact and not getting rewarded for it exactly.
There's some good contact.
We talked just a moment ago about 2016 World Series champion Dexter Fowler. 10 years prior to that, David Eckstein was the most valuable player of the 2006 World Series as the Cardinals made that run to take down the Detroit Tigers. I'm sure we've got Cardinals fans in the house who were there in 2006. Was anybody there for that 06 World Series?
Yeah.
We got some. It's David Eckstein with another rip out to left field. You and I have both done some play-by-play in our lives. This is the first time I've done anything that I've had to call off of graphics like this. But how cool is this when you got a chance to like make contact and then look up and see what was happening?
It's the new version of calling off of a monitor, but you have to have the monitor because that's the real game.
Exactly.
You're killing it.
We're bridging into esports with 3,700 points, dipping down to 250 now as that one is caught out there at the warning track. But the ability to just step in after, a few years away from the game, or, you could be 10, 15 years away from the game. For all of these guys, it makes me realize, that's why they're professional athletes, and I have never come close to that. I don't have the ability to do anything.
I'm going to throw you in there later.
I desperately want to get in there and just learn how much my body has atrophied in the 15 years since I've done anything remotely athletic. I think that would be a very strong confidence boost for me. Another one out to center field that'll just slip into that spot. So we're 10 pitches in and the timeout arrives. What was the conversation like when you got to the 20-second timeout?
I didn't hear anything. I heard, you're doing your best and you've got 3 seconds, so get back in there. Good. It's good.
You got some encouragement out of it.
I have good teammates. Don't get me wrong. Xavier Scruggs is wonderful. I need Nick Swisher's energy, maybe at a quarter of the rate. I could do a lot with that.
I'm just going to try to get Nick Swisher's number just to text me, to pipe me up for my day at some point.
I can do that.
Okay. All right. We'll get in on that because ordinarily my fiance's here. She'll tell you that I wake up and I'm the worst person in the world. We're back into it in the back half of these pitches. There's a 1,000-point shot for David Eckstein, who is climbing ever closer in his first at-bat of the day today. 3 hitters on each side, Cubs and Cardinals. Our second final matchup, 3 Red Sox, 3 Yankees. And then the winners of these 2 semis move on as David Eckstein leaves the yard and adds 2,000. So now creeping closer. 8 pitches left. Remember, those final 5 pitches, all double points. So much time to make up ground as another shot out to left. That'll clear everything, and it nearly hit the simulated double-decker bus out past the left field wall. Thankfully, just simulated. We're not putting any actual bus passengers in flying baseball danger. 1,250 points on that swing, and another one to left, and that gets out. So David Eckstein starting to flex the muscle as he nears 9,500 points at 9,450 with 6 swings remaining here on this Friday evening. Did you ever think in your life, not that you'd be, taking swings in Trafalgar Square, because nobody thought that.
Nobody thought that.
I said earlier, it feels like a dream that I've had with a bad fever. This opportunity to have baseball in London and to be on the call for it, which you will be with the MLB Network crew. How cool has that been, going over to the stadium, seeing what's going on, and now seeing this atmosphere here?
It's really sick. That's the only word I can come up with for it. I mean, this atmosphere has been incredible. The fans are amazing. We had a bunch of kids at the stadium today during batting practice. We had McLaren out there.
Yeah.
Got to talk to the team a little bit. They're big Cards fans. This is a dream come true that you didn't even know you could dream up.
That is pretty amazing. You got a chance to. Are you going to be on Drive to Survive next season? That's what I want to know.
I would die. I'll be in Austin in October. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Final 5 pitches underway for David Eckstein. Minus 100 there. But an opportunity with these final 5 pitches coming up to narrow this gap. Under 8,000 now is another drive out toward right field. Out toward left center field. That thing does hit the 2x multiplier, and it's gone. A lot of points coming up for David Eckstein, who has narrowed the gap to inside of 7,000. 18,150 to 14,550. Skies this one straight up over top. And we'll see if that gets past the first outfield out zone, and it does. So 800 points added to that total. And with 1 pitch remaining, we are in a battle here in round number 1. Dexter Fowler calling out encouragement to make that a little bit more difficult pitch to hit, and it is not, as David Eckstein crushes one to left through the 2X multiplier and the moonshot, and a 4,000-point knock puts the Cards in the lead. That's impressive. That was an impressive finish. That's
a walk-off win right there.
Yeah, the drama of that swing and Nick Swisher's final swing in game number 1. Those are some guys with a flair for the theatrics as David Eckstein falls down out of exhaustion behind the cage. And we get set.
Look he keeps it real.
For round number 2 with the Cubs and Cardinals moving along here in Home Run Derby X, the cage. And we've got some really fun talents from across the baseball and softball world who are coming up here for our final 4 hitters. Alex Hugo, who is a former softball star at the University of Georgia and the National Pro Fast Pitch League, and a current member of the U.S. Women's National Team, who is back with the Cubs and Home Run Derby X for a second season. Last year's tournament, Alex finished 8th in home runs with 29 and 3rd in catch points with 8. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Hugo. Alex Hugo, not just a legend in Home Run Derby X, but as we noted with the U.S. Women's National Team as well, she helped that team capture gold in the 2019 Pan American Championships in women's baseball, collected All-Tournament Most Valuable Player Award, and the 2019 USA Baseball Sportswoman of the Year Award along the way. And, just as a note, the Women's Baseball World Cup is coming on later this year. We'll have the group stages of the Women's Baseball World Cup coming up in August, in September in Thunder Bay, Ontario, and in Miyazaki, Japan, as the United States Women's National Team looking to finally make that climb back to contending with Japan at the top of the Women's Baseball World Cup format and rankings. A little bit different schedule this year for that Women's Baseball World Cup. That's going to be a whole lot of fun later on this year and then on into the main tournament next year. But somebody who can just flat out crush the baseball regardless of where, no matter what country or what venue. And a big shot to center field on this one. Swing number 3. He's already got 800 points, and this one could be home run number 1, and it is. It's gone to straightaway center. And Alex Hugo already firing some big shots with 1,800 points through 3 swings.
Look, she's got that big, powerful leg kick. She came up through the SEC. She's got that dog in her, Tyler. Quite literally. She knows what she's doing.
The open stance on the right-handed side. We've had a good mix of righty and lefty power so far today as Alex drives another one to left field, and that one will get down in the 400-point range, so 2,800 on the board now for Alex Hugo. This has turned into such a perfect night for baseball, for these big swings here in Trafalgar Square, with a whole lot more to come as we continue along through this semifinal matchup and our next one coming up, Yankees and Red Sox. All right, we got the Cubs hitting right now. You and I are not exactly the same age, but let's pretend we're close to the same age.
We're close enough.
Did you watch Cubs games on WGN growing up?
That was out of my market. I was in the Turner.
You were in the TBS zone because you were a Georgia kid. So
Yep.
for those local fans here, not from America, the Cubs network used to be carried like all across the entire country. So somebody who grew up where I grew up in Denver, Colorado, it's a summer afternoon. You just flip on WGN. There's a Cubs game on. So I got introduced to just like the most random players. Like my most favorite Cub who, you know, was not an all-star or World Series champ. Does anybody remember Mark Bellhorn? I loved Mark Bell. He wore the double flap helmet. He was a switch hitter. You know, those are the beautiful things about those random baseball games you remember watching when you were 13 years old.
Listen, I attached to Coco Crisp when he was in Boston.
Oh, that's a good one.
So, yeah, they happen.
Not many better names in all of sports, by the way, than Coco Crisp. As the final 10 seconds wind down here in the timeout. Already 4,950 points for Alex, who climbs back in for her last 10 pitches. And again, a reminder, those final 5 were double points. That's what pushed David Eckstein and the Cardinals back into the lead. But of course, now with Alex's power already on display, Cubs back out in front on their second hitter, and another home run for Alex Hugo, the former Georgia Bulldog, blasting one out to center, and another big drive off of that bat to center field. That one looked like it was ticketed in a direction of one of the multipliers, and it's just going to miss the multiplier, but it will clear the fence for a back-to-back home run tally and going for that hat trick and the multiplier that comes along with it. Down for 500 points more as we approach the final 7 pitches of this at-bat for Alex Hugo, who has built that lead back to over 8,000 now at 27,600 to 19,350, and another home run. And there is that hat trick as Alex has got 3 out of the yard over the last 4 swings. So the lead getting close to 10,000 now. And the final 5 pitches with the double point totals coming up. The hot streak balls on the way.
She's found her groove. That swing is so beautiful. She's got that big kick right at the front. She knows what she's doing.
That thing is a powerful stroke. And not only that, but once you get into that, the groove like you put it, and you've got the muscle memory, and you've got a BP pitcher who's putting it right where you want it. Those are those Pete Alonso home run derby-esque stretches that we see.
Oh, yeah.
And there is not much more fun than when a hitter gets into a rhythm like this. 1,000 more points now for Alex Hugo, and she is building on a monster lead for the Cubs here as it is up over 30,000 for Chicago side, and another drive to center field. That one does hit that 2x multiplier, and it's gone. 34,900 points now for the Cubs. A 15,000 plus point lead over the Cardinals with 3 hitters remaining after this one combined. 2 on that Cardinals side, 1 more for the Cubs. Final pitch on the way to the former Georgia Bulldog. And that one down for the final points added to her tally. 37,100 and 18,950 point round for Alex Hugo, who gets some love from her teammate Dexter Fowler, and the Cubs back at a big lead in their second hitter of the day.
That's how you do it. You bring in the big boppers. You bring in the people that know. You get in that motion.
You know, the other thing, too, is you get 20 pitches. You know, You've only got 20 pitches, and you have to find that rhythm quickly, because if you don't, then you get stuck in one of those situations where you're not able to make solid contact, then it gets in your head, and then you start worrying about
like what
the
I
fact
did earlier. Yes, thank you.
I wasn't saying that, or I wasn't gonna say that. No, you know, it's
a skill.
And
how
it's
many
a
times have we
challenge.
watched classic hitters that
Right.
go into the Derby and they can't get that
Exactly.
rhythm? It's not the same.
And once you find yourself scuffling with it, this is a little bit different because you're counting down pitches. But in the formats where there's a clock ticking down, I feel like the anxiety in that, I would just lose myself and I'm never going to make contact ever again. I thought you did great.
I appreciate
I
it.
thought you did great.
You know, that's why we're friends. Because you lie to me when I need it, and that's why we're friends here. No, but I just think this is really, the talent that they're bringing into this is awesome. This is going to be some really fun rounds coming up.
We've got 3 more hitters to go, and the second hitter coming up on this Cardinals side is another returning slugger from last season, but last year on the Dodgers side, this year switching over to Cardinal Red, another member of the United States women's national team. Please welcome Ashton Lansdell, the superstar for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Pretty boy sway. Pretty boy sway. Pretty boy sway. Pretty boy sway. Girls on my when I'm pretty boy sway. Girl, scream my name when I'm pretty boy sway. Watch me pretty boy sway. Pretty boy sway. Pretty boy sway. Pretty boy sway. Girl, on my when I'm
As we noted, another women's national team member for the United States. Ashton both pitched and played outfield at the 2019 Pan Am Championships, hit 2 homers, stole 3 bases, played 1 season in junior college in the United States. She was the first woman to play baseball at the NJCAA level at Georgia Highlands College, and then transferred to Florida International University, where she's now playing for the softball team there. Hit .311 with 5 homers in her first year at FIU, and Ashton stands in ready to roll as the second hitter for the Cardinals tonight. Oh my goodness, and mashes the first pitch out to center field. That contact coming off of the aluminum bats has been very fun to listen to from up here with the mics and the headset and everything else. And that is home run number 1 on swing number 1 for 1,000 points for Ashton.
Listen, I think if you know what you're bringing to the table, why not amplify it with an aluminum bat? We all
Absolutely.
know you've got the wood bats, that's real power. Okay, Okay, juice it up a little bit when you can. You've got the sick walkout music.
Yeah.
You're feeling it already. Some good warm-ups here. Get that extra distance.
I need, like, with my physical abilities, I need like an aluminum bat, and I need them throwing like golf balls to me in order to hit homers.
Well, wouldn't
here.
you want like a bigger?
Wow, yeah. I mean, so like a beach ball size thing that travels like a golf ball. That's what I would need to hit anything out. That's the only way I'm going to get it out of
A
here.
wiffle beach ball.
500 points on that swing from Ashton, who gets into another one, just crushes things with that launch angle. As this ball is blistered out, that clears the 2x multiplier in left field, and that's gone for a home run. Very nearly hit the multiplier, and instead it was over the top of it, and she crushes another one to left. Getting that dip and drive, and that one will also clear the left center field fence, and that's gone. Back-to-back homers. Ashton looking for the hat trick here on pitch number 7 and ropes it to the left side. That'll add to the tally, I believe it will. It's 400 points down just in front of the out zone. Ticking ahead, getting closer. 37-1 for the Cardinals after that impressive run by Alex Hugo. And now up over 25,000 points, or close to 25,000 points, I should say, for the Cardinals, as the Cubs lead shrinking bit by bit. This is going to come down to the final couple of swings. We're still 3 hitters away, and I can already feel that as another home run. Ashton continuing to add to this tally. Now it's 6,500 points to her first handful of swings.
She is just bringing it. She's got the pearl necklace, the jog. You got a little bit of Jock Peterson power in you. These are titans that are going back and forth right now. This is absolutely incredible.
There is so much good power, and you think about having to pace yourself. That's the nice thing about the timeout coming after 10 pitches, because you can kind of throw that whole effort out there for the first 10, try to catch your breath for 20 seconds, and then go at it, knowing that the final 5, you've got the double points totals coming up. And that's another thing, because you exert a lot of energy, especially with the nerves and everything else. You're hitting in an unfamiliar environment. That does not at all seem to be affecting Ashton Lansdell, who've been clobbering balls all over the place.
These are the professionals. This is why.
That's true. That's why they didn't throw me out.
Ball, it's the same thing. It's fine.
8 pitches left after another ball into the air, out over the middle of the field. That one clears everything and gets out of here. Waiting on that animation. Thought it seemed like it was pretty well slotted out toward left center. Another ball hammered to left center field. This is, if I'm an opposing pitcher scouting things or a coach scouting things and I'm going against FIU, I am not leaving anything hittable for Ashton Lansdell, because it's going to be absolutely demolished. Yeah, I'm going to put 4 nowhere near the zone and not get beaten by that. So another one gets out. That one very close to 400. Well, 338. Been talking about that 400-plus foot multiplier for the big homers. Is going oppo on that shot. Coming up on the final 5 pitches now. And just sneaking under the multiplier, but still getting out of here. So things getting closer and closer as the Cardinals near 30,000 points, with the Cubs at 37-1 after hitter number 2 today. A couple of U.S. women's national team legends going at it. That'll drop down for 1,000 points as we're into the multipliers here. The hot zone, the final 5 pitches with the orange baseballs and double points coming at it. And that is a rope to left. It's going to sink down, but it'll still touch down in the 600-point zone, so 1,200 for Ashton Lansdell, and the gap now getting close to 5,000 points. We're going to have a lot of drama with these final 2 hitters coming to the plate.
You wouldn't have it any other way.
Exactly. That's what we came for here on this gorgeous evening in London. 2 offerings remaining. Ashton clobbers another one to center field.
This is where you make up the difference.
Exactly.
You miss a couple in the regular rounds, double it up right here. Those basic ground balls that are going to get through. You just said it. You're getting double the points that you normally would have, so you can still do sneaky damage.
And you are within striking distance now, and there is a big shot out to center field. A 37,100 to 34,950 lead, but that ball is gone, and it will add 2,000 more. And after 4 hitters, this is a 150-point difference as the Cardinals and Cubs are dueling in a classic down to the final hitters in Home Run Derby X the Cage in Trafalgar Square.
Back in the days, my broskies, yeah, cause I miss them days. You know, knock down gym, from door to door, wake up, play squares in a cage. And that was a thing for our age, that truly taught me a life lesson. Don't be a dog, be the king of the game. Spitting real fast, get that stuck in your brain. And I remember, but on November, man, them writing bars and rhyming. Middle of the circle, spinning out, just Sony Ericsson, playing out nutty violence. Those are the days.
Go ahead and make it spicy here, Tyler. You love this. The Cardinals and Cubs go back longer than some of the best football matches out there. I mean, 1892, almost 2,500 games between the two of them.
We did have there's a banner somewhere over the exact total of games played between these two teams. And wasn't it a couple of years ago the all-time series between these two teams was like basically right down the middle?
Yeah, it was pretty close.
It is one of the most historic rivalries in all of baseball and all of sports, not just in America, but globally as well. And we're coming down to the final 2 hitters. And this is going down to the edge as we arrive at our last round here in our first semifinal. Coming up next, the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees, legends from those teams, along with the superstars and big hitters as well. And the big hitter coming up on the Cubs side is Earl Forbes.
I put my life into my job and I know I'm in trouble. She manipulate my love, I know holy, and I know that get both. Like the Baba Frayo, my ayo, don't cry,
Another Great Britain baseball veteran who joins this Home Run Derby X the Cage edition, a native of Freeport in the Bahamas, and Forbes was a member of the GB World Baseball Classic roster this spring, played in 1 game in the World Baseball Classic, a catcher who was named to the All-Northeast 10 Conference second team as a senior in 2019 at Franklin Pierce University, and his first swing is a good one to get things started in round number 3 on the Cubs side, looking to add to a very slim lead, and he leaves the yard on swing number 1. Forbes, part of that GB Baseball World Baseball Classic roster. Who watched your team this year in the World Baseball Classic? Got some WBC fans. Great Britain qualifying last year in Regensburg, Germany. And by virtue of getting a win in the World Baseball Classic back in March in Arizona, Great Britain Baseball is qualified for 2026 as well. That is a massive thing for baseball in this country, just like the Czech Republic. Also qualifying European baseball, very much on the rise. And this is a guy who got to play on that biggest stage of international baseball back in March. On that shot, by the way, which is going to be a home run and is going to leave the yard for the hat trick. That ball hit the back of the screen, bounced, and almost went back into the bucket. And that should be like 1,000 times points if you can make that happen. That would have been incredible.
I think we're going to rewrite the points.
Yeah, I was going to
here.
say, that's going to be a note that we have to make for later on when we have additions. If you actually can bounce it back into the bucket after hitting a home run, that's like infinity points. Forbes taking swings.
Automatic forfeiture.
Getting down to those 10 pitches remaining. The timeout will come after these first 10. Skied out over the middle of the field, nearing 10,000 points. That one slips between the 3x and 2x multipliers, but still leaves the yard. Another 1,000 points on Forbes' tally, as he's got the lead back over 10,000 for the Cubs, and smashes another one out. And with a timeout coming, a ball popped up to bring us to that 20-second pause. It has got to be, I mean, after your first 10 swings, were you gassed? I feel like I would just be exhausted.
I don't know if I was swinging correctly to be gassed. That's the problem. I think X is going to have a lot of work with me between today and Game 1 tomorrow.
Well, the good news is you work at MLB Network. That's one of your
Listen,
many
Lauren
gigs.
Shahadi crushes her swing.
Okay.
So if I've got anybody to learn from.
Yeah. So you can climb in. You've got the setup at Studio 42.
I'll
You
be
can
in
go
42 10 hours a day.
The problem is you're going to have to go in like 6 a.m. You got to get the work done because then you have to get to Camden Yards in Baltimore and do games.
It's a little close, but we can get it done.
Yeah,
If I can come out swinging like these guys,
Exactly.
why would you not?
Next time around, you'll be one of the Legends hitters. We'll bump a former player down. We'll have you lead the way.
Will be. You know what? I'll replace Johnny Gomes.
Yeah,
It's fine.
exactly.
It's the same
Yeah.
difference.
Final 10 pitches of the day for Euro Forbes, who continues to add to this lead. 16,800 for him now as he gets into another one. This is one of the best rounds that we have seen so far today. As that ball will get out of here to center field, just to the left center field side of Nelson's column, nearing 20,000 for this round. Spinning on that big swing there. That one will add to a 55,000 point total for the Cubs. And another homer hat trick. 1,250 points on that swing alone. So 19,050 for Forbes in this round. This is one of the best that we have seen so far. 5 pitches remaining, all double points. Let Forbes hear it. Final few swings coming up.
Look at the guy is all smiles. This is his jam right here. He's crushing it. How can you not smile?
Man, we're coming up on a dozen homers in this round, I think. This is some very impressive work. They have had some, in the home nation, Euro Forbes in the Bahamian baseball community, they've been doing some, I believe it's Paradise home run derbies. Home run derby in Paradise. I can't remember the exact name, but the home run derbies in the Bahamas, getting balls on the beach. I'd take part in that one. I'll gladly embarrass myself for a trip to the Bahamas. That would be awful there. Another 1,000 points on that one as the final 5 pitches wind down. Nearly 25,000 points. Harold Forbes from Great Britain baseball adding to a monster lead for the Cubs with the Cardinals coming back up. Final hitter of the evening coming up for the St. Louis Cardinals. The big hitter in this lineup, ladies and gentlemen, Alana Snow. We're going to see a lot of points this round. 61,000 plus points on the Cubs side. But Alana Snow's got the opportunity to get the Cardinals right back into this as the final hitter at the dish for her side. And we are ready to roll with hitter number 3 in that Cards lineup. A national champion at UCLA in 2019, Alana Snow, with a very impressive left-handed bat. She also played on the Great Britain softball national team, playing in the 2019 Olympic qualifiers, made it all the way to the Olympic qualifier final, where she and her team played against Italy. Erica Biancastelli, who is on the Yankees side today, was on that Italian team in the 2019 Olympic qualifier final as Italy made its way through to the Tokyo Games in 2021. Ended up as 2021 instead of 2020, of course, with the games being pushed back a year in Tokyo. But what an experience for all those athletes to get a chance to compete in baseball and softball's return to the Olympic Games last 2 years ago now. Was it 2 years ago?
That seems impossible.
Time stopped 3 years
There's
ago.
no way it did.
And I don't know
It doesn't count.
what day or year anything is anymore, as I'm sure everybody else can relate to, as we are underway in Alana's round. 500 points on that swing on a rope out to center field. So 2,000 already through her first 5 pitches, and a bouncing ball right side. That one would scoot through for a base hit in any game. It'll add 100 points to the total here. That angle that we're getting on the broadcast and on the stream right now from behind the plate is such a cool shot.
It's the best.
I don't know how I'm going to go back to watching games now that don't have that.
Just buzz your guys. Let them know.
Yeah, exactly.
I need you to move. Because
Launch
look,
angle,
you can
pitches.
see the look in her eyes
Yeah.
with that angle. No one else is looking at baseballs the way she is right now. She wants to eat all of them.
Which is going to need to be the case to continue making up ground in this deficit. She has chopped a lot of it off so far. And with the timeout upcoming, 11 pitches remaining, a big drive out to right, that one, or out to left center, I should say. Came off the bat, thought it was down the line. It actually ended up going the complete opposite way. It's always good for your judgment of the track, the flight of the ball.
You don't usually call them from center
No,
field.
that is true. That's a very good point. I'm going to hide behind that. The 20-second timeout here, and a little conference on the pitch placement for these final 10 pitches, as with the multipliers coming up for the final 5. All kinds of time to make up this deficit, but a lot of distance needed over these final 10 swings, with the Cubs out in front, 61,750 to an even 40,000 on the other side for the Cardinals. Cardinals fans, get into it behind Alana Snow, trying to rally this team.
There we go. Get that historic performance in here.
Rip. That thing is crushed at center field. And it'll get down just in front of that out track right ahead of the wall. And another rope out over the mound and in the center. So continuing to chop away at this with 8 pitches remaining. And up over 41,000 points for the Cardinals. So some distance still to make up, but trying to get there. Nearing 4,500 points, Alana Snow in this AB. 300 on that one. She's up 4650 now with 6 pitches remaining, the final 5 of which will be double points as we get to the orange balls. And still a lot of time to get back in this one. 500 on that swing, 5150 for the round. The multipliers are still out there. The orange balls make things a lot easier to eat up some ground. Liner out to left field, that's down for 800. 4 pitches remaining, big drive to center field. And, it's down in the catch area, so that's gonna sneak 250 off of the total, and the Cubs with a very comfortable cushion now coming down to the final few pitches. There's a 1,000-point shot.
That's how you make up for it. Look, and you take the time while these are traveling to reset.
Exactly. You got to be able to get yourself back in that zone, waiting on the ball to come down. Another shot to right, and that one's a 1,200-point knock. The final pitch coming up, and the Cubs lead insurmountable, but Alana Snow will rope one more and wrap this thing up on a shot right side, and that puts the win in the Cubs column. 61,750 to 45,050, 8,000 plus points for Alana Snow, but the Cubs take the win in semifinal number 1, and they are on to the final. Red Sox and Yankees coming up shortly from here at Trafalgar Square.
If I do that again, then I'm a fool. And I know that the love runs deep. Trust me, you know I know. And I know that you really do got me. Trust me, I know. Winter time is cold, and I find it hard to express. So I'm writing it on notes. I just put my feelings into the music. That's the way that man know. I wanna steal your soul now. Wah, I wanna steal your soul.
I'ma hide you. Trust me, they can't find you. But now I don't know what to do now. Nah, man, I don't know what to do. Hold on, let me talk star signs. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm glad that I got me a Pisces. With water you put me out and I keep you grounded. That's like B. I'm so glad that your mum do like me. Got the old school love like 90s. And God forbid if I ever go jail, then I know that my babe will write me. And I know it's your B-day soon. I got you when your B-day boo. I know when you're upset. Trust me when I see straight through. We're having a minor dispute. You walk at the room and it don't move. You know that we're stuck like glue.
Tyler, a massive thank you for that glorious commentary and beautiful insight into the world of MLB baseball. I am here, and I am sorry to say, with the losing team. Okay, come on everybody, London, give them a little round of applause. First up, I am with the man, the myth, the legend himself. Tell me what it's like to be here in London, in the cage.
Incredible. Having the opportunity to come out here, hit in front of everyone right now. You know, at my age, you don't get the opportunity to do this anymore. So coming here, doing this in front of all the Cardinal Nation was extremely fun, yes.
And how has London treated you so far, other than the minor loss? We'll skip past that bit. How realistic is this cage digital feature that we've got going on here, bang smack in the centre of town?
Well, I think the whole experience has been fantastic. London's treated us beautifully. Hometown for me, it's so amazing to be here in Trafalgar Square, home ground. I think the video game reality is pretty spot on. I'm sorry that I couldn't pull out for my team today, but my teammates were brilliant and absolutely smashing them, so love the experience.
Okay, now we got to catch up a little bit earlier. Tell me what it's like coming in from the States, having London open up like this and welcome the Americans. It's pretty special.
It is extremely special, especially being in the heart of London in Trafalgar Square. It's awesome seeing all these fans out here and supporting everyone and being in the cage. It's very different, but the video game is awesome, and I can't wait for some of the public to get out here and see it for themselves.
Now, for someone like myself, I see the video game and I'm like, how does this work? But you are still getting baseballs pelted at you. At what sort of speed?
I mean, I would say good like 60, you know, in the cage getting thrown at us. So, yeah, coming in hot still.
You know what, guys? London, put your hands together. We're going to wrap up. We're going to throw it over to Max, because I believe Max Whittle up on centre stage does have the winning team. So commiserations to the Cardinals. Over to Max and the Cubs.
Thank you, Amy. The irony of me doing this interview in a Cardinals jersey. Almost 2,500 games between them, but bragging rights for now go to the Chicago Cubs in Home Run Derby X the Cage. Please welcome semi-final wins, the Chicago Cubs, everyone. We've got Dexter Fowler, Alex Hugo, and Ural Forbes. I'll have to start with you, Ural, first of all, because after 4 batters, the points difference was 150. You went out there and hit 24,650. Tell me what was working out there.
Hey, Dexter just gave Coach a good approach for us, and it worked, and I loved it.
You know, you had the World Baseball Classic with GB. Now you're playing this game in London. Just talk to me about the growth of game here in Britain.
Playing for the UK/Great Britain in the Classic was a lot of fun. I mean, we're trying to make baseball big out there for you guys, and this event is a testament to that. So to be out there putting on a show for you guys is incredible for us.
Alex wearing that uniform, always nice to beat the Cardinals, I'm sure.
Yes, very much so.
What's it like in the cage? Tell us about it.
It's electric. I mean, the crowd's awesome, and they're very supportive, and I think the energy is just cool.
Yeah, Dexter, 2016 World Series champ with the Cubs. I thought I'd remind you guys, 2016 World Series champs.
Now we're talking.
7 years later, did you imagine being here playing baseball?
I did not. It feels like I haven't swung a bat in 7 years, but this is awesome. I mean, the fans came out. We got a little dub. But we're gonna get the big dub later on. Fly to W, you know it.
Yeah, we got to raise the W, right? Be honest with me though, Dexter. What's harder, winning the World Series or winning the cage, Derby X?
This cage battle was tough. At least I knew the World Series. I knew what I was facing. Like, I get up to this, and I was the first one to go out there, and it was Hugo, we go. So I had to coach my guys up. Like, we had to get going.
And no rain delays here either, which is good news for you. No rain delays today.
Yeah, no rain delays, but the rain delay was good for us, as y'all know. Hugo, we go. Let's go.
Just quickly, Ural, what do you think of all the Cubs that have come out today in London to support you guys? What do you make of all the Cubs fans that have come out today to support you?
I'm the baby Cub. You guys are the big Cubs. Let's go.
Let's go.
Alex, finally, can we get a Go Cubs from you, please?
Go Cubs.
Go Cubs, go.
Go Cubs, go.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Chicago go nowhere today.
Give it up for your semi-final winners, the Chicago Cubs, everyone.
Whistle, I am back with you.
Woo, that was fun.
That was pretty epic as far as baseball in central London, I have to say.
I'm still saying to Tyler over there in the commentary box, it's kind of weird for a baseball fan. I can't get over it. As a baseball fan, this is pretty special.
Yeah, this is one of the coolest. I've done some weird baseball stuff in my life, and I got a text from a buddy today who was like, this has to be the most unusual thing you've ever done. And it definitely is. And it's maybe the coolest thing I've ever done, to be doing a baseball event, sitting in Trafalgar Square with thousands of people and, you know, watching Euro Forbes hit ball. If you stretched all of that distance together, I would imagine that easily gets across the Thames. Like, he hit baseballs so far. We could have made the road trip. I don't know what city is that way. We could have made it to Manchester. We could have been back in
Manchester's that way.
Dang it, it's that way.
Manchester's that way.
I wanted to guess and figured I'd be somewhere in the ballpark.
We'll let you off. You're currently a tourist in our city, and so is baseball. But I have to say, one of the things that I like the most about this setup, this experience, is the dedication of the fans to get on a flight, cross the Atlantic, over the pond, and turn up, show up, deliver, and bring the energy. America, you rule.
And we've got one more semi-final. So the Cubs are into the final of Home Run Derby X the Cage, but one more big rivalry to come. Amy, it's the New York Yankees. Anyone?
Oh.
And the Boston Red Sox.
So, shall we delve in, Max?
Let's meet the teams. Let's meet our first team, all the way from Fenway Park. I'll let you do the honors, Amy. I'll let you do the honors.
Oh, why, thank you, Max. So, top of the order is Johnny Gomes.
Let's bring out the Red Sox, guys. Let's bring out the Red Sox.
Where are the Red Sox?
Okay, Trafalgar Square, make some noise for the Boston Red Sox, everyone!
And we're going to go back to the top, because top of the order is Johnny Gomes!
Even though we're winning, we're still sinning, and this ain't gonna change overnight. It's deep rooted.
Next up, batting number 2 is Elizabeth Mason.
My brother's face was a mugshot. PTSD will leave permanent.
To close us out, please make some noise for Hanley Ramirez. You guys like that one, hey?
So, Johnny Gomes, Elizabeth Mason, and Hanley Ramirez for the Red Sox. Their opponents today all the way from New York, 27 World Series titles for the team, the Pinstripers. We got a Yankee fan down here. Please welcome the New York Yankees.
So leading off for New York will be a former All-Star and World Series champion. Here's what I like to say, as a little bit of a legend, it is Nick Swisher!
You cannot beat the energy of Mr. Nick Swisher. Batting second, part of Italy's Olympic softball team. Give him a wave, superstar for the Yankees. It's Erica Casterlli, everyone!
And last but not least, completing the lineup is Alex Crosby!
Let's do one more check, Trafalgar Square, before our second matchup and our second semi-final. So, who is here cheering on the Boston Red Sox? And how about the New York Yankees? Okay.
All right, Max. The Yankees are on deck. So you know what? Trafalgar Square, it's time to play ball. Over to you, Tyler.
Max and Amy, thank you so much. We are ready to go for semifinal number 2. What a win for the Chicago Cubs in semifinal number 1. They are on to the final. They're resting. They're ready to roll for the evening contest. We've got one more participant to be determined. Alongside Melanie Newman, the play-by-play voice of the Baltimore Orioles, who I strong-armed into hanging out with me for the semifinals today. Who's your pick? Yankees,
Listen,
Red Sox, who you got?
I don't know here because Johnny and Nick have been taking swings all day. Now, I don't
think
dudes
are serious about it.
Yeah, I don't think that physically affects them. I know they were like demanding, I want 12 hours of swings, but I'm just curious to see the third time around the adjustments both of them are going to make.
We are just about ready to roll as the Red Sox and Yankees will tee it off in one of baseball's and one of sports' other greatest rivalries. We've got two of the greatest rivalries in all of baseball in Cubs, Cardinals, and Yankees, Red Sox. And we're going to have a lot of fun in this one this evening. So again, for those who have just arrived for our second semifinal matchup, 20 pitches to each hitter, the final 5 of which are double points. You get more points the farther you hit the ball. Home runs, you can hit multiplier marks, you can hit for hat tricks, which add additional home runs. Anything over 400 feet is additional points, and a whole lot of points coming up for the Red Sox and Yankees.
Cool's a felony tonight. Ride me like a pony while I'm playing genuine. With a rollie, but I never can decide.
We also should probably be shouting out some of our pitching talent today. On the Cubs and Cardinals side, we had Dave Joss pitching for the Cubs and was throwing some seeds in. And for today, for the Yankees and Red Sox, Justin Coons will be pitching on the Yankees side and Mac Jenkins on the Red Sox side as Boston and New York tee it up across the pond here in London, as they did just a few years ago, of course, in a legendary matchup at London Stadium, where tomorrow the Cubs and Cardinals will square off for the first of their 2 games coming up this weekend. And that atmosphere is going to be a packed house again, a place where you get to put baseball on such a unique center stage here in 2023, Mel.
Yeah, we got a chance to talk to Cubs manager David Ross earlier today during batting practice, and he just said, look, this is the best energy we've ever had. It's like being at a party. It's a big club out here in London for some baseball. What more can you ask for?
Set to go, Red Sox and Yankees. Let's hear it for the Boston Red Sox legend, Johnny Gomes. Well, we told you a little while ago that we've got one Home Run Derby X champion returning in Nick Swisher of the New York Yankees, who won this event here in London last year. But we have another one in the cage right now, and that is Johnny Gomes, who won the inaugural Home Run Derby X title. That was in Mexico City last year. He put his body on the line. It wasn't just at the plate. He also had 21 catches, which led the tournament. Different format last year compared to the cage format this year. Cardinals superstar Ashton Lansdell, we saw just a little while ago, she was second in catches in that tournament last year. She had 9. 21 for Johnny Gomes, a guy who won World Series championships in 2 years with 2 different teams over a 3-year span. 2013 with the Boston Red Sox, 2015 with the Kansas City Royals, and during his big league days, a guy who hit 162 home runs. And by the way, very much not a stranger to international baseball. He won the Caribbean World Series while playing with Mexico and was named the Winter League Most Valuable Player in the Mexican Pacific Winter League back in 2005, named the MVP by Baseball America. Johnny Gomes into the batter's box for his first swing for the night. And with the patches sewn onto the side of his Red Sox cap, Johnny Gomes is ready to roll. And the first offering on the way to him is smoked to left. And we are underway in semifinal number 2. 20 pitches for each of these hitters. Final 5 with the double points possibilities. We've got a timeout and 20 seconds of rest after 10 swings or 10 pitches, whichever comes first. And Johnny Gomes out to a good start with 900 points through his first 2 hacks. Drive in the air to center field, out in the direction of Nelson's column, and that thing is down for another 600 points. So very steady start to these swings for Johnny Gomes.
Listen, you build up if you're Johnny. He's won World Series with these home run swings before. He's compiled 162. Why not add a few more here?
You get yourself started on that roll, you start dropping hard line drives in, then all of a sudden you turn them into home run power. That one just missing, leaving the yard, as that's down to that warning track catch zone. But a big swing to follow it up to add to this total after the 250 pulled off. That one will drop down to replace it and add 150 more, so up to 1,750 as Johnny crushes that ball off the back of the real life cage, and in the augmented reality leaves the yard with the home run and gets himself 1,000 more to make it 2,750 to get things started here in his first hacks of Friday night. Another one out to left, and that'll hit the catch zone, so 250 gone off of that total. We were talking about this a minute ago. You get the warning track power, you don't get rewarded for it. You gotta hit it out, or you gotta drop it in just in front of that last range. Home run here, second of the opening 10 pitches for Johnny Gomes, and the timeout coming up after this swing, which he drives toward the opposite side.
Which there may be wind here at Trafalgar Square. Again, a lovely evening.
Could be.
But it does not affect where these land on screen.
That is the nice thing. You're not worrying about hitting it into a gale of any kind and worrying your points total with the elements around you, as the augmented combination of the real life swings and the virtual reality projected results up on the video board just overhead. We're back to it in the second half of these 20 swings, and a drive to left, which will add to this 3,600 point total for Johnny Gomes. Or will it? No, back down again in that catch zone. So 3 caught outs in this first 20 pitches of our second semifinal matchup, and he makes up for it there with a ball that hops over the virtual car project. I'm not entirely sure if you smash one of the cars or the buses what the points multiplication is in play, because we haven't had one yet.
Well, it's a double-decker bus, so it should be double.
At least
logically.
2 times. Yeah, exactly. I like that, actually. That seems like a very easy equation to punch through for those of us like me who can barely handle this simple math. 600 points on that swing for Johnny Gomes. Back off the center of the cage. Those are the types of hits you love in the cage. You can hit it right off that back net. There's 600 points in the hot streak now underway. Final 5 pitches of each at bat with the orange baseballs and double points on any of the contact from them. A rip on pitch number 1 with the orange ball. out into that morning track zone again, and so that's going to drop 250 points from Johnny's total.
Let me get some virtual wind here. Give it to me. Come on.
You start getting some of this aided out. That one will clear that wall. So a 2,000-point homer as Johnny comes up on 7,500 points and drives another one to center field. 2 more pitches upcoming. That one will just scoot out. And it adds 2,000 more, so nearly 10,000 now for Johnny Gomes. Another one that will find that last zone in left center field. And on the last offering, Johnny Gomes trying to add to this points total, got under it, but is able to drop it down for 1,000, and that'll wrap up his opening round of the evening. So an additional 1,000 points and a final total just over 10,000. Everybody give it up for Boston Red Sox legend Johnny Gomes.
And I don't know if he gets style points. I think he should. I think they all should in some degree here, Tyler. But did you see his bat has a skull on it?
It is very cool.
Tell me you take this seriously.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
The bat is very cool. It's the hitting version of the Rick Vaughn skull and crossbones in the center of the eyeglasses as the New York Yankees legend gets set to step into the batter's box. A guy who, as we have discussed many times today, never fails to bring the energy and brought as much drama as possible in his last swing, last game. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Yankees legend Nick Swisher.
On my neck and my wrist matching that. Black mag.
3 practice swings for each hitter before we get into the full 20. And for Nick Swisher, I don't know if he needs any practice swings because he was destroying baseballs all over the yard earlier today. And I did say to him, the tricky thing is you hit so well in that first round, then you got to wait around for a little bit before you come back for your second game of the night. But based on these practice swings, I don't think that Nick has suffered at all in being able to demolish the baseball. So he'll get set to step in for his 20 swings. And the left-handed side, we don't really have exactly a short porch here, but it feels like we've seen lefties crush the ball all over the place. Now it's an opportunity for the big fellow, the Yankees legend, to get his team started on the right note.
If anything, his energy is going to will them to go out to a different level. I mean, he doesn't stop moving. He wrote a book on hitting in between his 2 rounds.
Nick Swisher, a former 12-time big leaguer and a Major League Home Run Derby participant back in 2010. The year prior to that, he was a World Series champ with the New York Yankees, hit 20-plus home runs every season from 2005 to 2013, and finished his career with 245 home runs. I got a chance to have a moment with Nick earlier today in which I told him to his face that he ruined my 21st birthday. I was watching a game in my hometown. The team I was cheering for, the Colorado Rockies, leading 2-1 going to the top of the ninth. Nick hit a game-tying homer off of Brian Fuentes, the Rockies closer. It was his second homer of the game. Then he scored the winning run in the 11th. And when I brought it up to him, he remembered everything about that game.
Of course he did.
But he did apologize for ruining my birthday, so I appreciate that.
He didn't remember he ruined it for you.
Yeah, exactly. He knew that was a personal slight to me 17 years ago. But we're boys now. We've made amends 5,000 miles from where that happened as Nick crushing the ball to get this thing started. 1,250 points to his first 4 pitches. Fouls that one away. But now getting back to it after that brief layoff from his participation in last round, the matchup between the Cubs and Cardinals that featured the tail enders and our MLB Network talent as well, including the slugger to my left, Melanie Newman of the Baltimore Orioles.
I think I got non-tendered.
A little DFA after that. No, I thought you did great. Nick at 26.50 now, coming up on those final 10 pitches with 12 remaining. He drives that one out and just gets it down before the out zone. 600 points on his tab. And a swing and another deep drive out to right center field. That one is headed toward the bus, and it's headed toward the multiplier. Just sneaks by. It's a home run for Nick Swisher. 4,250 points. Starting to climb closer and closer with 10 pitches coming up after this one as he demolishes another one in the air to center and right center field. And that will sneak out over the outfield out zone, and it's gone for another homer. So 5,250 points, and the timeout has arrived for Nick Swisher. He doesn't need, if anybody doesn't need a timeout, you don't need a timeout.
He's good. We'll keep going. It's fine.
Just jump right back in. 10 seconds of rest. Nick Swisher needs no rest. I'm not entirely confident that Nick Swisher sleeps at night. So I think this is a very normal thing.
He retired so that he could just stay awake forever. Look
back to it.
We told him to put the game on his shoulders his last round out. He knows when to turn it on.
And he did do it. He hit a 6,000-point final swing on the homer with the multiplier in the final round on his last swing to lift his team into the lead. The Cubs did get the win in that first matchup of our elite competition here this evening. As Swish crushes another one, that ball to right center field. That's going to travel a long way, but it's just going to touch down in the catch zone. So it's an out that'll pull 250 off the total. So down to 4750 now. Trying to chase down Johnny Gomes, who started things with 10,050 points on the Boston Red Sox side. That sneaks through the 2x multiplier, but also lands in that zone. So with the multiplier, that's 500 points taken off. So back down to 4,250. 7 pitches remaining. Pitcher on a liner to right center field.
You can't let Johnny beat ya.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing with this rivalry, too, is I feel like you're never going to hear the end of it. We got more Home Run Derby X events in the future. This is going to be talking points and bragging rights for a long time to come. Nick Swisher needs some energy up there. He never needs it personally, but from you, it's going to help him out. Give it up for Nick Swisher, these final 6 pitches ahead.
There we go.
The hot zone underway, and there's a drive at center field.
He wants it.
That ball, get out of here. Plus 2,000 as the gap narrows, 10,050 to 7,350. The line drive, that'll add 800 more. Now inside of 2,000 points separating these teams through the first hitters. A ball roped off the top of the L screen, and that's another 1,000 points. And with it, one more swing could easily put the Yankees into the lead as Swisher crushes one off the top of the cage. And we'll see how far that one flies. And if it hits one of the multipliers, it's just past that 3x multiplier, but it does send the Yankees into the lead. A 2,000-point swing from Nick Swisher, and with one remaining, he wants it. Bring on the noise for Nick Swisher, final swing. The bat flip will close out Nick Swisher's AB, but a great start on both sides. 10,050 points from Johnny Gomes, 11,150 from Nick Swisher, and the Yankees are out in front through 2 hitters.
How did I ever let you leave? I don't know. Why did I drink this Hennessy? Then I don't know what come over me. Then I just want to make me come back. Don't want to lose it to nobody. No, my God, the logo be. And I don't know what come over you. As you see me, so I know about you.
Very tight first 2 hitters. 150 after that big 11 on the Yankees side. So 11,150. That's a 1,100-point lead for the Yankees over the Red Sox. And we get to the superstar stage of Home Run Derby X, the cage, the elite edition. And stepping in for the Boston Red Sox from the superstar side is Elizabeth Mason.
big well, 50 on the stopwatch, staring at the diamonds, make you bust it, baby. Hopscotch over here to my spot. Say she wanna party, I do it big, baby, like my LRG. Show the air hardy when I'm feeling like a rock band. 87 jeans and white tee when on the block, man. Jay still rocking, Fortune still moving. Chuck Taylor's killing.
When we talk about that superstar designation, there are not many people in this venue or on this planet who deserve that recognition quite like Elizabeth Mason, a former national champion at Florida State University in the United States. She helped her team win the 2018 NCAA National Championship and then finished runners-up to Oklahoma in 2021. On top of that, she was named to the 2018 Women's College World Series All-Tournament Team, a 2019 All-ACC second-team selection, an academic honor roll selection in the ACC, a 2020 Softball America preseason top 100 player, hit 32 homers during her college softball career, and now playing for a professional softball squad out of Austin, Texas, the Texas Smoke. And Elizabeth Mason is underway with her first 400 points of the evening. It is very cool to see, Mel, and we obviously see this so much across baseball and softball nowadays, but that drop and drive launch angle swing from everybody who we've seen in the cage so far. I mean, these baseballs are going a very long way. That one will reach that out range, but it is very obvious that everybody knows kind of the swing path that they're going for, trying to lift these balls out of here.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is the approach that you absolutely want to take. We were in the cages for a little bit earlier, and that was the number one thing, was get a little wider than you think you want, get a little lower, because the way that this is playing, you don't want that warning track power. You want to make sure that you're out there hitting the monument.
Man, the warning track power is the thing that's been tough today for a lot of hitters, as this one's driven out toward the right side. 11,150 to 9,700 as that ball will get up and just misses that 3x multiplier, but it'll add 500 to the Red Sox total as Boston continues to climb closer and closer here in round number 2 of tonight's elite competition, and another 500 points for Elizabeth Mason. Former Florida State star, so versatile, not just offensively, but positionally as well. 600 points there, and the Red Sox back into the lead now with 11,300. Roped to the back of the cage.
You talk about a resume. She came in locked and loaded for this one. If you're Boston, you've got to feel good about having her on your roster.
That one's just once more down in that catch area out toward the warning track, and a drive opposite field. Not sure if that one will stay in. Nope, that'll go foul. So this is neck and neck right now, a 100-point difference. That ball roped on a line, pulled to left. And that will stay fair, and it's down for 500 points, so the Red Sox back into the lead, and that'll bring us to our 22nd timeout midway through these 20 pitches. That's the Red Sox and Yankees trying to push their way on. One team will move on to meet the Cubs in the final round of Home Run Derby X, the Cage, our elite competition this evening. Our final round coming up just a short bit after this one, as the Cubs await the winner of this matchup to see who retains the ultimate bragging rights here in 2023. Mason back to it with another drive in the air to center field. And that one will get out of here, a home run, a 1,000-point blast. That gives the Red Sox a little bit of breathing room now, about a 1,400-point lead. It crushes that ball to left center. Gets down just in front of that out track. So 600 more points. Starting to build a little bit of a gap. The Red Sox with a 2,000-point lead. 2,100 now. And those final 5 baseballs coming up momentarily with the double points along with them. Five to go. The money baseballs and the double points out for him. Swing and a rip toward right center. Trying to add to a 2,500-point lead. And that one sneaks in for a 1,000-point knock. Now the Red Sox very much getting some breathing room. Even the short ones count. It might not be the exact contact you were looking for, but that adds 200 points to the lead. And a big drive building on this nearly 4,000 point advantage now, as that's down in left center field for another 1,000.
That's huge. You really don't have any safe leads here.
And the final hack coming up for Elizabeth May. That is true. We've seen big 10,000 plus point leads evaporate in a hurry on 5 or 6 swings. And the final swing will wrap this thing up as a 5,500 point lead. Give it up for Elizabeth Mason as the Red Sox are back in front. 6,600 points, got the home run, but you look at the caught outs. I mean, those are so close to leaving the yard. One of those we could see bounce at the very back spot on that track. That's another 1,000 points you just narrowly missed out on. That's a pretty good round for Elizabeth Mason. Didn't get all of the home run points, but had you turned those 4 swings into home runs, you're right on par with Johnny Gomes and Nick Swisher. So now Erica Casterlli with her team down 5,000. This is like we were saying earlier. This is just going to seesaw.
I feel like
down to the end.
25,000.
Yeah.
You have to get to that shelf to even feel like you
at
have a
all
shot.
Comfortable. Yeah.
But then you look at the final round between these two and you go, okay, never mind. We'll throw it all out the window.
There's nothing easy about these rounds. We got 3 combined hitters left. 2 on this Yankees side and 1 more for the Boston Red Sox. And now for the New York Yankees, from the superstar range, it's Erica Casterlli.
Shorty got that body out of hit it once, no time, set up, you gon' kill my vibe. Stand on my money, don't know my side. Pick them sides, and you better choose wisely. That's my high, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Another home run derby X-Star returning the MVP of the London event last summer. Erica has played internationally in all kinds of different contexts. Currently playing as a member of the SGH Galaxy Stars in Japan, the softball superstar, also a member of Athletes Unlimited, and has represented the Italian national team in softball since 2016. She's also a softball legend at McNeese State in the United States, where she owns just about every record in the books. At her time at McNeese State, a 2-time All-American who batted .401, .561, .868 for her career. 75 homers across 4 seasons, set the Southland Conference mark for most career walks with 229. That is a very modern stat line. You can hit for crazy power and you can reach at a .561 clip. That is a ridiculous skill set.
You're either going to drive them in or you're going to keep turning the lineup over by reaching, but do one or the other.
That's all you can ask for.
I mean, those are Shohei numbers right there. Do one or the other.
401, .561, .868 slash line. That is absurd softball / baseball swinging talent. 350 points through the first few swings for Erica, as this one drops into that catch zone. So that's going to knock out 250 of those points to get things underway. But a big shot straight off that top corner of the cage. We'll see where that one lands as it's headed toward the multiplier, and it's going to skip that, but it'll just get on out of here for 1,000 points. And Erica pushes her total up to 1,100. Another big rip out to center.
She's sending these right back to her pitcher. I mean, we talk about some double points here. He's catching them on the back end.
Don't even need that whole bucket of balls.
No,
you just catching those off the net. Another homer, 2,100 points. That's the right kind of contact that you're looking for, too. You can drive it straight back up the box and get some elevation to it. That is the thing that you want, especially if you're able to aim it in the direction of that 3x multiplier. Wanted the multiplier here, but 3 home runs and that hat trick, so the multiplier with that, 1,250 on the last shot. And 600 more as that's down just in front of the track. So the Yankees pulling back close now. 16,650 for Boston, 15,100 for the Yankees. And a foul ball will get this thing a little bit closer to the timeout coming at 10 pitches. Liner out to left field. That's down 500 points.
Change up the bat.
That's an interesting strategy that we haven't seen yet. And it pays immediate dividends with a big blast to center. And that'll get out of here as well. So another home run for Erica, and that's up over 5,000 points for her now, 5,450, and the Yankees back into the lead with one more swing potentially, trailing by 50 points right now as we await the final dramatic 10 seconds. These timeouts feel like they take a year when you're so into the rhythm of it, and then 20 seconds comes to pause. I'm like anxious to get it going again. This is what Home Run Derby
It's spot on.
the cage has done
20
to me.
seconds feels like 20 minutes. It's forever.
It's an eternity in these timeouts as Erica's back in for her final 10 pitches. And swings and drives one the other way. Got under it a little bit. See if this gets down in front of or behind that out zone. It won't. So back down to 50. That'll change the lead back over to the Boston side, but immediately rectifying that situation with a rope left side. And pulling this thing dead even at 16,650 points apiece.
Definitely seems like she's pulling a little more power, whatever it is that's different about this bat than the last one. Of course, you got Swisher back there coaching her up during the break. And she's energized. She's ready to go after that.
I was going to say, I feel like the energy boost that I would get from having Nick Swisher behind me yelling encouragement, I would be able to do pretty much anything. Plus 1,000 on that home run for Erica as that one off the back of the net and once more nearly returned right into the bucket. And that'll clear the yard as well. And one more homer for another hat trick here. Erica put together a fantastic round that's got her team back in the lead. And with the hot streak balls coming up, the hat tricks in play, the multipliers in play, and all remaining pitches in this at bat, double points. Bounces that one left side. Not going to be a lot of points. That'll actually trickle foul. 4 more to go. Big shot to center. And that is down in the catch zone. The double points not applying to what is removed from your total if you hit it into the catch zone, just if you hit it through the multiplier boxes. So minus 250 on that one. But immediately, man, another one that just stayed down.
This is a heartbreaker.
In that outfield zone. I thought that one was going to get out for sure. So more points taken off. The Yankees still in the lead, though, and this one headed the other direction, and that will hit that 2x multiplier and get out. And a 7,400 point total that turns into 11,400 on a 4,000 point hit on the homer. And Erica Casterlli finishes with 11,400, and the Yankees adding to it on the final swing with 1,000 more, so 12,400 the total, and New York's back out in front, 23,550 the total for the Yankees through 2 hitters. 7 home runs and 5 that nearly cleared that wall, which would have made this thing a much different story. But we are going down to the wire. As you noted, Melanie, a moment ago, if you get to 25,000, you feel semi-confident. Nobody's gotten there through 2 hitters as of yet. And this final matchup is going to be a really interesting one because we've got another legend on the Red Sox side and a GB baseball legend on the Yankees side. And for Boston, it's time to bring on a name that a lot of people remember and love from 15 big league seasons. It's Hanley Ramirez.
I just wanna rock. I just wanna I just wanna rock. Body yada yada. Shorty got that body yada yada. Hit it once, no time. Set up, you gon' kill my vibe. Stand on my money, don't know my side. Pick them sides, and you better choose wisely. That's my high. 1, 2, 3.
Hard to believe Hanley Ramirez played 15 major league seasons, the Rookie of the Year in 2006 with the then Florida Marlins. He was elected to 3 All-Star games, picked up 2 Silver Slugger awards during his big league career, and finished with 271 home runs and 917 runs batted in. The thing I remember most about Hanley Ramirez was if you were watching a game and a key spot arrived and Hanley Ramirez came to the plate against the team you were cheering for, you thought, this isn't going to go well for me. Because Hanley Ramirez was that dynamic.
He was, and I will tell you, as somebody who grew up in the Red Sox fandom, this was the best part every time was watching him step up. You mentioned you can't believe it was 15 years. I can't believe he's not still playing sometimes. You talk about him and you go, oh yeah, he's still in the mix of things. No, but he comes back in like he has not missed a beat when he's in the cage.
So here we go. Hanley Ramirez ready to roll with his team trailing by just under 7,000 points as we enter this final round. Last hitter for Boston. Chicago Cubs waiting for that final round here for for Home Run Derby X the Cage in 2023. Will it be the Yankees? Will it be the Red Sox? Moving on, we will find out over these next two hitters as Hanley Ramirez tries to pull his team back out in front with Boston's final knocks on this Friday evening in Trafalgar Square. There's a shot to dead center field. That one is into the catch zone, so that's a minus 250. The catch zone has played a big role today. You kind of, coming into this event, thought, all right, I don't know how often we're going to see the catch zone really come into play. We've had a lot of
that's
balls.
cute.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you go, no, it's a monster.
No, it's because anything that just misses getting out is going to fall in that spot. That has taken a lot of, that is the points monster. It's gobbling up everything that just falls short of sneaking out of here. As Hanley's going to get this one out to center field. He'll add 1,000 points to that total. First home run as he takes a victory lap.
He has got a fan base here at Trafalgar Square tonight. He should take a lap.
We got the DR flag behind the pitcher's mound. We got a lot of energy in this place for Hanley Ramirez, who drives another one to center field, and that one should get out of here as well, and it will. Second home run for Hanley Ramirez, starting to feel it now with 14 pitches, now 13 pitches remaining. Some loft under that one as it gets into, nope, won't get into that 3x multiplier. Thought it was going to, but that'll be a 600-point knock as it dunks down in deep center field. The only problem with Home Run Derby X the Cage is it's making me want to see what this would be like if we had no cage and everybody was just smashing actual baseballs across historic landmarks across the globe.
I think we'd be getting some angry phone calls, and I don't have the money for that.
There'd be a lot of people very confused as to what was happening. But this really cool combination of augmented reality, the actual pitches and swings in the cage, and everything displayed up on the board with the final timeout on the Red Sox side coming here today. This is such a unique format and such a cool concept here in 2023, and it enables us to do this event in such an incredible environment. I mean, this is not possible in a place like Trafalgar Square unless we come up with such an innovative format as this, and it's what we've got here, and this has been so much fun to watch in this first edition of the Cage.
Listen, and talking to these guys backstage, they already have more ideas for where they're taking this. They want to be on an aircraft carrier. They want to see it in different parts of Paris. They want to move it around next year for the Mets and Phillies when they come back. The ideas are, the list is a mile long.
I like this concept. I feel like we could all get in and brainstorm many cool things to do with this going forward. As Hanley Ramirez with 8 pitches remaining at 3,400, he is getting his team closer and closer. 23,550 for the Yankees right now, 20,050 points for the Red Sox. Boston needs to do some work. There's a rope left side, but remember those final 5 pitches with the 2x multiplier, that's where the big work is going to get done here down the stretch. 300 points closer there. Just about 3,000 separating these two teams, as that one will add 100 points to the Red Sox. So Hanley Ramirez going to work now with 5 pitches remaining and an opportunity to do some damage with the double points coming up. There's a shot out to left center field. And that ball is out of here. A home run for Hanley Ramirez. That's a 2,000-point blast on the first of the 5 double points. And another shot to center. And that's going to get out as well off the foot of the column behind us. So 4,000 points in 2 swings now.
Anticipation.
24,450 to 23,550. The Red Sox back in the lead. To left field.
Told you, anticipation.
Anxious anticipation. 800 points there for Hanley Ramirez. And the final swing's coming up as he wraps up his round, and the Red Sox back in the lead. The final swing of the day for Ramirez. That drive down the line adds 1,000 points to his total. Hanley Ramirez from the Boston Red Sox, everybody. So with 9,600 points, he puts Boston back in front, but 1 hitter remaining For the New York Yankees, somebody we're excited to talk about, but the margin is right now in that danger zone where a few good swings for the Yankees and you get a chance to put yourselves out in front. And then as you saw in your game, you really can kind of just take a victory lap from that point on. You take the lead. As long as you're not hitting things into the out zone and wrapping everything up that way, you can put yourselves into the win column. And the guy who will try to do that for the New York Yankees is the guy who British baseball fans will know and love when you hear his name, because he had the biggest sacrifice fly in British baseball history. It's Alex Crosby.
Desperado, sitting in a old money collar. The man inside is hollow. Take it easy. I'm not trying to go against you. Actually, I'm going with you. Gotta get up out of here and you will leave me behind. I know you won't, cause we share common interest. You need me, there ain't no leaving me behind. Never know, no, just one out of here, yeah. 'Cause I'm gone.
If you are not familiar with the story behind that sacrifice fly, let's tell it to you right now.
Please
Maybe you're somebody who got into British baseball with the World Baseball Classic in March. Well, it was 6 months prior to that Great Britain Baseball punched its ticket to the World Baseball Classic, and that was due to a walk-off sacrifice fly off the bat of this man in the cage right now, Alex Crosby, who played for GB Baseball in that World Baseball Classic qualifier in Regensburg, Germany. I was lucky enough to be on the call on play-by-play for that incredible tournament in which we saw Great Britain and the Czech Republic punch their tickets to the World Baseball Classic. Both of those countries have already qualified for the next World Baseball Classic in 2026. That opportunity does not come around unless you win that game over Spain, and that was what Alex Crosby did for GB Baseball. That was as transformative a moment in the history of baseball for Great Britain as any, and a guy who is in this box right now and is flying his trade with the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs over in the United States, and right now, pretty decent slugging percentage of .539, and he's showing it off with homers on his first two swings. Saw that smile up there. He knows what a good season he's having for Southern Maryland over in the U.S. Got under that one just a little bit and still able to muscle that out to center. So the first three swings of the day for Alex Crosby have pulled his team back into the lead. 26,550 to 26,250. And that will likely just about do it, as another home run with 15 pitches remaining. Nick Swisher's he's set to don the heavyweight champs belt.
He might be crowd surfing later. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, look out for Nick Swisher below.
So as it looks right now, depending on how these next few swings go, the New York Yankees looking to head on to face the Chicago Cubs in our final round. A terrific semifinal with the Cubs edging the Cardinals. And the Yankees right now taking control of this one over the Red Sox, out in front by 2,600 points as Alex Crosby continues to crush. And that's good, because we can let you go, prepare for the international broadcast you have tomorrow.
I don't know.
Which seems like a great idea.
It's going to be a fantastic idea.
Now, here is my question before you go. How much are you going to regale every one of the tales of the 900-foot home runs you were hitting here? Because if they weren't here,
they're going to say, did you get in the cage? And I'm going to say, I don't know. Was there a cage?
I don't know what
you're talking about. That was somebody else. That was not me. Look, I'm not Alex Crosby. And let me tell you one thing, Tyler. He knows right now. He's playing back in Maryland. You just mentioned it with the Blue Crabs. Fantastic organization. It gets warm in Maryland. You know what baseballs do? They go a lot further. It's warmer here right now. A lot of people have had some buzz about that. So he's going to do the same thing here.
That is true. It's these are very favorable hitting conditions for driving things off of Big Ben, like some of these big flies from Alex Crosby have been so far, as we get down toward the final 5 swings here of this semifinal round. And before we get a chance to wrap up this one, everybody a big hand for Melanie Newman coming out from the Baltimore Orioles. She'll be on the broadcast tomorrow at London Stadium. The rest of the season, you can catch her if you're an MLB TV subscriber. You can catch some O's games. Watch Mel on the call for those. You're the coolest. I am honored to be your friend. And
we get to share the airwaves.
I know, this is our first time doing this.
10 years?
Yeah, exactly. This is fantastic. Finally, this baseball timing stuff as the final 5 pitches nearing the approach for Alex Crosby as he gets a chance to put his team, man, maybe over 35,000 as this final semifinal at bat draws toward its conclusion. Another home run. Crosby just bashing this ball all over the place. All the money pitches ahead for him with 2x multiplied points coming up. Enjoy that game tomorrow. It's going to be fun.
We're
I'll
both
be
going to
there,
enjoy the game.
but I'll be, yelling
You'll get
and
to
eating
really
British
enjoy
ballpark
it. You'll get
food.
to enjoy it the way I do in my head.
Right, exactly. I'll do that in honor of you.
Thank you.
I don't know what condiments I put on a hot dog here. I'm going to have a conversation with somebody about what is the most British
I put
kind of
baked
ballpark
beans. I don't know if it's
meal.
British, but I put baked beans on my hot dog.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
I've done that forever.
That feels
I
like
think
very,
it's our Czech family that brought that over, but yeah.
I had baked beans this morning at the breakfast buffet at the
As you
hotel,
should.
so I'm very much going to be doing that tomorrow as the final swing's coming up for Alex Crosby and getting set to head off into the final round on a big, big note as he's got his team close to 40,000 points. That one, another home run for Alex Crosby. It was over 17,000 for his day, and the final swing is another mammoth shot into center, and congratulations to the New York Yankees squad on to face the Chicago Cubs in the final. Coming up momentarily, Melanie Newman, thanks for hanging out. Had
The
so
best,
much
Tyler.
fun.
The best.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
On to the finals, the Cubs and the Yankees coming up shortly from here in Trafalgar Square as Home Run Derby X, the cage continues in London.
Make a bad boy sing like a choir. Yeah. I'm never gonna let you go. I'm never gonna let you down. And I don't kiss and tell. Me not gonna make a sound.
Tyler, thank you again for the epic comms, bringing America all the way to London. I am here with our runners-up. Guys, you brought America to London. It wasn't your day, but how would you say London's treated you so far?
I'm very happy to be here today. The fans, they enjoying the show. That's all about, it's about them and they have fun here, and thank you very much.
It's about introducing your sport to us, and today you've done that. Now, you're not originally from Boston, representing the Red Sox. Tell me what it's like playing ball as a female.
It's awesome. I'm from Florida, living in Austin. Shout out WPF. Shout out Texas Smoke as well. If you like college softball, watch some professional softball.
That is what we like to hear. It all starts at grassroots, and that's what it's about, introducing your sport to the masses. Now, how are we, sir? A bit of a legend in the game. What's it like representing the Red Sox here in London town?
Yeah, it's beautiful. The fans are great. Thanks, everyone, for coming out. Sox aren't used to losing, but we'll tip our hats today. If you don't got your tickets to that Cubs at Cardinals game, go get them. Baseball in London, it's been electric.
What are your predictions for the finale?
I hope it comes down to a walk-off. Both good teams. Swish doing his things with the pinstripes. Dexter Fowler coming out of retirement. It's going to be a good championship.
You heard it here. The walk-off. London, Trafalgar Square. Get ready for the finals. It's going down. We do have the winning team up over on center stage. So I'm going to throw it over to our boy, Max Whittle.
Yes, thank you, Amy. Another final for the New York Yankees. Please welcome to the stage your semi-final winners, the New York Yankees. We've got Nick Swisher, Erica Casterlli, and Alex Crosby. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations. Alex, I'm going to start with you, because your swing got GB to the World Baseball Classic. Now you walk it off in the cage. How are you feeling?
I feel great. I'm just happy to be here, represent the UK. I mean, it means everything to me. So like I said, I'm just happy to be here, man. Excited.
You said earlier as well you got the GB tattoo. What's next for GB Baseball? I've got to ask you.
2026, right? We have another WBC, so hopefully everyone can make it out. People have made it out here. It's very exciting. It's a fun experience, and it's something we can represent. So hope people can show up and show out for us.
Erica, you've got one more cage to play. So what did you learn in the semifinal? What will you take into the final?
Stay away from the catch zone. Biggest thing, most frustrating thing, but just to have fun. You know, when I'm relaxed, I hit the best, and I owe it to my teammates for hyping me up always. So just happy to be here, happy to hit in front of the crowd.
When you go up there, I'll remind you to stay away from the catch zone, okay?
Please.
And Nick Swisher, Mr. Energy, you were made for a final. What would you like to say about your day today and to these fans right here?
Yo, first of all, I want to say thank you, London. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Trafalgar Square has been off the hook, absolutely electric. We appreciate the hospitality. We appreciate your support. Home Run Derby X is here to stay. Our second year in a row. Can't wait for the finals and then hopefully 2024.
Were you born like this, Nick? Were you born with this energy?
Yeah, you know what? You can ask my wife and my daughters. It may be a little tough to deal with on an everyday basis, but for something like this, it's right up my alley.
He was made for TV, and so are his team, the New York Yankees, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Nick, Erica, Alex. We'll see you very shortly. Amy, our final. The New York Yankees
It is the
and
final.
the Chicago Cubs.
I have to say one thing. I spoke to this man earlier, and I said, so, I will be interviewing the losing team. And what did you say to me?
I said we won't be losing tonight.
There you go. We'll see you in the final. What a win for the Yankees, Max.
Good prediction, Ames. Yes, so in about 10 minutes' time, right, we've got our final of the Home Run Derby X the Cage. The Chicago Cubs taking on the New York Yankees.
I'm a fan of New York.
Oh, yeah?
I'm a fan of the Yankees. I might be wearing a Cubs jersey, though. Not biased here, honestly. So, whilst our teams limber up, we will be back in around 10 minutes' time, which is just about enough time for you to head over, grab some refreshments. We've got the fried chicken, we've got the hot dogs, we've got the pizza, the Philly cheesesteaks. We've got it all going on, including a little ice cream van for afters. What do you say, Max?
Let's go and get a 99, and we'll see them all in a few minutes' time. Thank you, everyone.
It's a wrap.
Final coming up in 10 minutes.
Talking to them. Pull up the single turn up. Yeah. Pull up the single turn up. Yeah. Pull up the single turn up. Yeah. Pull up the single turn up. Ooh. Come for this ooh, yeah. Pull up for certain, yeah. Come set the mood, yeah. You come like sunshine, yeah. Come meet the moon. Baby girl fine, so fine, might give her the wood. Yeah, ooh, yeah. Come for this ooh, yeah. Pull up for certain, yeah. Come set the mood, yeah. You come like sunshine, yeah. Come meet the moon. Baby girl fine, so fine, might give her the wood. Yeah. Pull up the single turn up. 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 Pull up and make it clap. Bust it down on my jeans. Wanna spend racks. Pull up and make it clap. Bust it down on my jeans. Nothing no flat. Pull up and make it clap. Bust it down on my jeans. Wanna spend racks. Pull up and make it clap. Bust it down on my jeans. Nothing no flat. One up your right, boom boom. You put so tight, make a nigga change ways. I've been broke no once but twice. That's why I gotta get paid. One up your right, boom boom. You put so tight, make a nigga change ways. I've been broke no once but twice. Just got body really so fake. Pull up the single turn up. Pull up the single turn up.
First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. For real, you the only father that I ever knew. I get my pregnant, I'ma be a better you. Prophecies that I made way back in the veil. Fulfilled. Listen, even back when we was broke, my team ill. Martin Luther King would have been on Dreamville. Talk to him. One time for my LA sisters. One time for my LA. Lanes and can't tell the difference. One time for a who knows. Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. 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 No role models and I'm here right now. No role models to speak of. Searching through my memory, I couldn't find one. Last night I was getting my feet rubbed by the baddest. Not Trina, but I swear to God, it's make you call your girl up and tell her, hey, what's good? Sorry, I'm never coming home, I'ma stay for good. Then hang the phone up and proceed to later wood. I came fast like 911 in white neighborhoods. Ain't got no shame about it. She think I'm spoiled and I'm rich cause I can have any. Got defensive and said, nah, I was the same without it. But then I thought back to a better me. Before I was a B-list celebrity, before I started calling bitches so heavily. Back when you could get a platinum plat without no melody, you wasn't sweating me. One time for my LA sisters, one time for my LA. Lanes you can't tell the difference. One time for a who knows. Don't save her, she don't wanna be saved. 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 I want a real love, dark skin and Aunt Viv love. That Jada in that weird love. That leave a toothbrush at your crib, love. And you ain't gotta wonder whether that's your kid, love. Like, I don't want no from reality shows. Out of touch with reality. Out in Hollywood, bringing back 5 or 6. And then we kick him to the door, you know how it goes. She deserve that, she a bird, it's a bird trap. You think if I didn't rap, she would flirt back. Taking off her skirt, let her wear my shirt before she leave. I'ma need my shirt back. You know how it goes. One time for my LA sisters. One time for my LA. Lanes you can't tell the difference. One time for a who knows. Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fool me 3 times, the peace sign, load the chopper, let it rain on you. Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fool me 3 times, the peace sign, load the chopper, let it rain on you. My only regret was too young for Lisa Bonet. My only regret was too young for me alone. Now all I'm left with is from reality shows. Hand her a script to probably couldn't read alone. My only regret was too young for Sade Adu. My only regret could never take Aaliyah home. Now all I'm left with is up at Greystone with the stale face cause they know it's they song. She shallow with the she shallow. She shallow. 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 Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved. 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 Don't save her. She don't wanna be saved.
$10 bands, 50 bands, 100 bands, man. Let's just not even discuss it, man. OMG. Sleep, I ain't tripping, I'ma let him sleep.
Okay, Trafalgar Square, are you ready for the final?
We can be louder than that. Trafalgar Square, are you ready for the final? You know what? That sounds better. It sounds like we are ready. Let's just remind ourselves of what's coming up.
Okay, London, let's meet our first team in this Home Run Derby X the Cage final. Please welcome the Pinstripers, the New York Yankees.
There he is, man of the match. Feeling the energy.
So batting first for the New York Yankees, former All-Star and World Series champion, please welcome Nick Swisher.
Batting second, part of Italy's Olympic softball team. Superstar for the Yankees, it's Erica Casterlli.
And batting third, GB's favourite, Amy Fuller's favourite, it's Alex Crosby.
Ow, ow.
Okay, London. They've got to play a team though, the Chicago Cubs in London to take on the Cardinals this weekend. But for now, in the cage, please welcome the Chicago Cubs.
Max, you feel that energy, the Cubs have arrived.
Keep singing it, Cubs fans. Leading off for your team, it is the one and only Dexter Fowler.
And of course, batting in second, put your hands together for Alex Hugo.
I don't know if anyone could hear me there. So, leading off, it's the legend, 2016 champion, Dexter Fowler. And finally, their big hitter, GB hero, it's Ural Forbes, everyone.
You know what, Max? I think it's time. It's time to play ball.
The final, and Tyler has a special co-commentator, Johnny Gomes, in the booth. Have fun, guys. Over to you.
Very excited to have Boston Red Sox legend Johnny Gomes in the booth for our final tonight at Home Run Derby X, and fresh off of like 8 hours of just swinging a bat constantly. How you feeling?
All good, man. We took a long flight to hit a lot of homers. Came up just short, but we got to battle the pinstripes, the blue pinstripes versus the blue pinstripes.
All right, so let's talk about these lineups, because we've got a lot of power on both sides, but very different style hitters on both sides. First off, some guys that you know, obviously from your time playing in the big leagues, Dexter Fowler and Nick Swisher are going to get this thing started. We'll talk about those guys. As first into the batter's box for the New York Yankees is Mr. Energy himself. It's Nick Swisher.
Man, I feel like
They attracted to me. They come around like honey. They come around like honey. 'Cause I'm fly like a bee. Man, I got them all buzzing, 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 like
I feel like everybody who's ever met Nick Swisher probably has the story of the first time they remember meeting Nick Swisher. And Johnny Gomes, I want to know, especially now that you've gotten to like do things internationally, you've got to be around him in non-competitive on-field MLB contexts. What's your favorite Nick Swisher story?
Oh, man, not for the air.
I was going to say, are there any that you can tell on air?
Well, what I can't tell you on air is Nick Swisher is probably one of the best ambassadors this game could have. Not only is he a world champion, well-decorated Major League ball player, a heart of gold, good friend. We get to see him hit some bombs right here. Dig down, Nick Swisher, dig down.
Tell me what you like about Nick Swisher's swing, because the way he's been obliterating baseball today, and you guys, as we noted, you've been out here for a little while, you've been in this cage, you've gotten used to it. What do you like about the way he presents himself in a format like this?
Well, I mean, Nick Swisher has the option to bless us from both sides of the plate, being a switch hitter. Choosing to go left-handed right here. We'll see how he goes.
Swisher in for his first hacks of the final round of tonight's Home Run Derby X. The cage at the elite showdown between the Cubs and the Yankees. And we are set to get underway here in Trafalgar Square as the lamps are lit. It's not exactly playing under the lights the same way at Fenway or Yankee Stadium, but it's pretty dang cool. Give us a feeling of what it was like in there, Johnny. You're in there. Obviously, you get a chance to play in multiple different contests throughout the day today, but you're hitting against a very different backdrop. The mechanics of swinging in a home run derby are unique in themselves. What was it like for you?
Well, man, just like right there what Nick Swisher just did, I've never been so mad at a robot for those catches. You don't want to see those minuses. Seems like those catches are so impactful. Right here, you got to get the ball up and get it out of that catch zone. Pretty important, just like that. That's to the moon, folks. Yeah, Nick Swisher right there with the 1,000-pointer right there. Might back it right there. See if you get that hot streak, hot stoke, whatever it's called, 3 in a row.
Now he's getting into it. Another one out to center field for Nick Swisher. When you are, especially nowadays, you get a chance to do this type of thing with a little bit of regularity, and you don't have to worry about going back into the grind of a 162-game season. Do you change your swing at all? Try to get like a little bit more lift?
Oh, yeah, you got to, man. You actually got to screw your swing up for this. This swing right here does not translate to Major League Baseball, but that's what makes it fun. If we see one kid right here fall in love with baseball, if we see one kid leave here being a fan of Dexter Fowler, Nick Swisher, and these softball gals, man, they smash the ball.
That is the quote of the day, because that is what this is all about. Home Run Derby X the cage here at Trafalgar Square as Nick Swisher now coming up on his first 10 pitches in round number 2. I guess technically we've had 2 semifinal rounds and now here in the final, but our third competitive round of this elite level challenge. That 20-second timeout is coming up. And Johnny, when you are exerting yourself and trying to hit the ball as hard as you can for those first 10 swings, how important is that 20-second break? It doesn't seem like much, but I mean, you're putting out a lot of effort. Do you actually get to catch your breath in 20 seconds?
Let's not feel too sorry for these guys. You guys are trained professional alpha athletes.
That's fair. All right, that's a very good point.
Nick's on a roll right here. That was a good one to come up on the timeout.
He's getting into him now.
There,
and he hits
that 3X right there.
Just gets it out as well. That is a big-time shot, as that nearly doubles his total. He was at 3,050 points before it, and now at 6,050 points. So a great start for the Yankees here in the final round, as Nick Swisher batting leadoff, not a position in a lineup that you might insert Nick Swisher with the power in that bat, but a guy who can do it all. And counting down the final 5 seconds this time out. This is a big stretch, because you got 10 pitches left. The final 5 count for those double points. Is that playing into your head when you get down to those last 5? Are you thinking like, all right, now I can really make some big ground?
Oh, 1,000%. That's where the game's going to be determined, is that 3X with the money ball. That's a 6,000-point home run. I mean, that'll triple your score with one swing of the bat. 1,200 right there is a heck of a start.
And he hit one of those earlier tonight, as at 7,300 points, he blasts another one into straightaway center field, and that is just going to scoot out over that out zone, out of the warning track. That thing has gobbled up so many points tonight, but all of these hitters in this final round knowing what is at stake, and Nick Swisher mashing the ball all over the yard as he yanks this one to right.
Yeah, that's that 2X right there. Nick Swisher on his 4th game of the day right there. We need the crowd to help him out coming down the stretch.
Get into it for Nick Swisher. 7 pitches left as he leads things off for the Yankees. He's still feeling it. He's always feeling it. Another big shot for the hat trick for Nick Swisher. That's another 1250 on the hat trick addition. So 11,550 points to get things started. And still,
let's go.
Before the money balls tonight, too.
Little chemistry with the pitcher and the hitter right here. Super important.
That is as big of a factor as anything else. Getting the pitches where you want him as he hits another one out. He's at 12,550 points. And now the 2 times hot streak balls come into play as Swisher just missed getting that one and still put a pretty good charge into it out to right center.
Yeah, this is the money zone. These last 5 pitches right here. You got to dig down. Got to get down on that back knee and elevate. Just spoon it out there. The catch is not ideal for Nick Swisher and the Yankees in the pinstripes by any means.
So missing 100 points there. And climbing back in with 4 more double points on the table for Nick Swisher as he puts that one out to center field, and that is going to get down just in front of that out zone at the warning track. So another 1,200 points and 3 pitches or 3 swings remaining for Nick, who clobbers that one to right center field.
That might be it. You might need a 2X right there. And just under, but a homer.
Able to just sneak it out. So 2,000 points there. This is a really good round for Nick Swisher, who's over 15,600 now to get things started for the Yankees, and got just on top of that one.
Yeah, last pitch right here. He's got 6,000 on the board. If he can go dead center, 3X. Final pitch.
He did it earlier today.
Oh, might sneak out.
This one.
It's gotta go, it's gotta go, it's gotta go.
Just down in front of the outs. So that's a pretty good shot and a very good round. 17,250 points. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Nick Swisher of the New York Yankees.
Pretty good, number 33 for your pinstripes. There he is, folks. Not only is he number 1 in your heart, but he's a hell of a hitter.
Good start, 10 homers. Only 3 into that out zone. The frustration of not getting the home run, I think only one of those is to the outfield out zone as well. So not a lot of missed points left on the table. And it sets it up for Dexter Fowler, who got his team started in a really good way in the first semifinal round. And when you get a chance now to kind of know what you're up against, you go against a guy who's already put his points on the board. Leadoff man for the Chicago Cubs, 2016 World Series champion, ladies and gentlemen, it's Dexter Fowler. All right, let's talk about Dexter Fowler's swing because it is gorgeous. And again, another guy from the left-handed side. What do you like when you watch Dexter Fowler hit? What do you like about it?
Yeah, man, that's a 5-tool player right there. I mean, he's going to hit, he's going to lay that bat down, he's going to run with the best of them too. Don't sleep on him in the outfield, one of the best in the game. That championship that Chicago won, man, I mean, Dex was a huge part of it. And that big league team's right down the street. I don't know if David Ross is out here scouting him to see if he can put him in the lineup or not. This might be a tryout.
Definitely still looks like he could be slotted right into the lineup. 2015-2016 Cub, a 2016 All-Star game with 13 homers and an 840 OPS that year as he helped the Cubs snap that 108-year World Series drought and captured that championship over Cleveland, and he gets things started. 500 points to put himself on the board in round number 1.
Yeah, Dex hasn't missed a beat by any means. That's that 500, really important. A little bit farther, you're in the catch zone, even 100. Anytime you're in the plus in the green, you're good.
It's a good shot. That one with a solid exit velocity out toward right center, but it's, oh man, it tracks its way into that catch zone out near the warning track for the first subtraction of points from his final round of the day, but adds 100 with a chopper out in front.
Yeah, that might get him on the board right there. He's got a highlight copy of that swing. That might be to the people.
That is a big shot that gets out of here to right field. So a home run and 1,000 points for Dexter Fowler, who's up to 1,450, and he gets into another one on his next swing.
Yeah, you got to get on a roll. You got to get that hot streak, that 3 in a row, 4 in a row, 5 in a row. He's on a roll.
He is feeling it now. 3 straight big shots as this one is not going to sneak out. It touches down just in front of the wall, so it's another catch out. So 2,200 now instead of 2,450.
Yeah, they're moving fast, too. Don't get tired up there, Dex. Take a breath. Come on now.
He's got the timeout coming up in just a couple of pitches after the first 10 of these 20 thrown.
Yeah, he's on a roll right here. This is a home game for him with all the Cubs fans in the crowd. Where are they at?
Let's hear it from Cubs fans as we come up on this 10-pitch marker for Dexter Fowler.
That ball's driven right there. That's got to be a homer. Maybe a 2X. Just missed, but a homer and a catch. Not enough.
Man, oh man. That thing is gobbling up way more points than I figured it was going to coming into tonight. That catch zone out in the outfield, just in front of our virtual outfield wall here at Trafalgar Square. As far as baseball things go that you have done in your life, participating in a home run derby in central London in Trafalgar Square, where does this rank? Obviously winning a World Series.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
We're going to remove that from the conversation. Yeah. Outside of that, what else?
Yeah, 2013 Sox Nation. We'll never forget about that. There they are. But that being said, yeah, we did this last year here. We also went down to Seoul, South Korea. We went to Mexico City. We're just getting jump-started on taking this worldwide and global. And like I mentioned before, man, if we can convert one kid to a baseball fan, get you a Swisher jersey, get you a Dex jersey, whatever, watch these softball players just mash, which is so cool.
There is nothing as cool as being able to see it especially in your hometown, in your home country, wherever you can be converted to being a fan. It is a pretty amazing experience as Dex leaves the yard yet again. So coming up on those final 5 pitches, the 2X Hot Streak multiplier baseballs, the orange balls coming up here momentarily as Dexter Fowler looks to close this gap. Nick Swisher with the strong start. And plus 600 there as we find our way into the Hot Streak baseballs.
Yeah, here we go. This is the money ball. This is where you got to double your score. Got to find that 2X and 3X and stay out of the catch zone.
There's another 600-point shot, and that one roped out toward right center field. And that ball should get out of here, and it will. So it's a 2,000-point homer for Dexter Fowler. And now closing in a little bit as he nears 8,000.
We'll see if that's on pace for the 3X. That's 6,000, maybe not enough. You gotta get a little bit higher now. Gotta get a little bit higher now.
Still got it out, a 2,000-point homer again. Fowler just shy of 10,000 points now as he clobbers another one to right. And that'll touch down in front of the out zone, so that's 1,200 more points. And Dexter Fowler closes with 11,050. Cubs fans, give it up for your leadoff man, Dexter Fowler. So 6 homers for Dexter Fowler, 3 into the out zone, but a solid first round for him and his team. Still trailing the Yankees, though, as hitter number 2 getting set to step into the batter's box here as our elite level home run derby X the cage competition continues on this gorgeous Friday evening, what has turned into the perfect kind of night for smashing baseballs here in central London, with the Yankees and Cubs advancing to this final round and 4 more hitters to go with all kinds of blasts set to come. And next up for the New York Yankees is the superstar Erica Castelli.
I just wanna rock. I just wanna I just wanna rock. Body out of ya. Shorty got that body out of ya. Hit it once, no time. Set up, you gon' kill my vibe. Stand on my money, don't know my side.
Well, I love the question that Alex asked Erica between rounds. Said, what did you learn from that first round? She said, stay out of the out zone, which is, that's been the moral of the story, I guess, at this point for everybody. But another swing that just translates so well to the aim of Home Run Derby X.
Yeah, absolutely. Erica's definitely a superstar. She's active right now playing. She's in mid-season shape with her swing. Wearing the pinstripes, she would make a heck of a Yankee. She really would.
Playing currently in Japan with the SGH Galaxy Stars, also a member of Athletes Unlimited. She's played with the Italian national softball team since 2016, and Erica's ready to roll here in the final round. It goes opposite field on that first swing and drives one the other way to get herself on the board I believe, as that will touchdown for 600 points. You get so wary about the catch zone now that it's going to sneak up and snag something that you weren't necessarily expecting, but she's on the way.
Yeah, Home Run Derby X will really rub that warning track power right in your face, absolutely. They will let everybody know you got warning track power. Tell you what, though, Erica gets on a run right here. She can be one of the hottest hitters in London right now.
1,000 points through her first 2 swings. She'll tack on 600 more there. And drives this one well to straightaway center field. That 3X multiplier is so high up as that one will touch down to the catch zone, so that'll subtract 250. That's the thing with the 3X multiplier. The 2X multiplier is a little bit more attainable in terms of launch angle. That 3X, you have to obliterate that ball and get under it as well to get it through that multiplier, but we've seen it done a few times today. It's 400 more points for Erica.
Yeah, she elevates the ball, she'll be in good shape. And like I said, at any given point she gets on a run, you'll see those points skyrocket.
Good start for the Yankees, 17,000 plus for Nick Swisher in his final round of this Friday. Erica Casterlli, the second hitter for the Yankees here today in the final of our elite level Home Run Derby X from the cage. Crushes that ball to left.
Yeah, what a great way to kick off a great weekend. The Cubs, Cardinals in town, baseball in London. How epic is that? I'm sure everyone's excited. They took a couple years off, but MLB's back. It's pretty cool. And having a better scenario too right here. This is so epic.
And of course, announcing today that next year the Phillies and Mets will take part in London Series 2024, which is also pretty exciting for baseball fans out here. You're going to get a chance to see another one of the great rivalries in all of Major League Baseball. And 2 teams, you know, you got one that was in the World Series last year, one that's been making its push to return to the top of the National League East and make that run toward a World Series again. That's what's so cool about so many of these international forays for Major League Baseball on this World Tour is you get to bring not only your best talent, but so much of your best atmospheres and your best rivalries too.
Yeah, absolutely. This game's packed with nothing but superstars. From the GV guys that are here, of course the softball players, like they're the heartbeat of this whole thing. I love having them here. And then I just love being a part of this, man. I put my name on this and take this all over the world.
Erica Casterlli trying to add to this nearly 10,000 point lead for her team, 20,800 to 11,050 and plus 2,000 on that swing.
Yeah, try and get in a groove right here for the hot streak coming up.
Got under that one, good launch angle, and it'll drop down for 600 points. Keep building on this big lead
there
as the Yankees really cruising out here, getting toward those 5 2-time points pitches in the hot zone
there
at the end of the round.
Go.
That thing was a shot and hits the 3-time multiplier.
Yep.
And
That'll give you 3,000.
3,000 point homer to make this a 15,000 plus point lead for the Yankees.
She on a roll now. She's dropping that back shoulder and lifting it. Hot streak.
Here come the 2X baseballs as the final 5 pitches count for double points. Erica 1 homer away from another hat trick. And especially with the hot streak balls in play, that can make a huge difference here down the stretch.
Yeah, down to 3 pitches. Guys, try and get 3,000 on the board. Get you up to 1,300, 1,500 would be great.
Rip.
That ball's gonna go.
Toward left center, that in the direction of the 2X multiplier. It is gone. And double points. So 4,000 for Erica on that one, who is drawing close now to Nick Swisher's opening tally of this final round. She's got 400 more. And the final swing coming up for Erica Casterlli. And another big shot.
Huge right there.
See where this one goes.
Is in play, just short, but it's gonna give you 3,000. Wow.
16,550, the final for Erica Casterlli, and the Yankees have opened up a massive lead through 2 hitters with over 33,000 points. 6 homers for Erica, 352 feet, the biggest one of those to leave the yard, and a very comfortable margin as we head into the Cubs' second hitter of the final round.
She said I wanna be your wife, you know.
That is really impressive work by both Nick Swisher and Erica Biancastelli, getting into those good grooves and just finding that rhythm. And especially when you can get into the flow of hitting a home run, getting reset, getting a pitch right there for you. That's what you want in a home run derby context.
Yeah, that's it. It's all about getting hot. BP throwers are extremely crucial. They get on the groove, put it where you want it, and just press play.
So time for our second hitter from the Chicago Cubs side as we turn it over once more to a guy who has made his name known across GB baseball. That'll be coming up as our final knock of the night. But it's first Alex Hugo, the superstar from the University of Georgia, so impressive in that semifinal round. And Alex steps in as the penultimate bat in this lineup for the Cubs. There is nothing cooler for home run derby or BP style points than turning the hat around Ken Griffey Jr. style and proceeding to crush. And for Alex Hugo, who we saw put some really impressive moonshots on the board in the semifinal round, now a chance here in the final to start drawing the Cubs a little bit closer. As we have seen the Yankees send 2 hitters to the plate, put up over 33,000 points. And the Cubs' second hitter of the evening to the plate right now, the U.S. Women's National Team star, back with the Cubs and Home Run Derby X for her second go-round after doing the same last year. Finished 8th in home runs with 29 and 3rd in catch points with 8 last year in Home Run Derby X, that different format last year prior to this cage edition here in 2023. And she gets things started with a shot out off the base of the tower in center for home run number 1 on swing number 1.
Yeah, Alex has been with us for the tour the whole time, and she's been a pain in everyone's back. If you're not on her team, you're not looking forward to facing her team by any means. She can smash the ball.
600 on that last one, goes opposite field here. Got under it a little bit, but that should get down for some points as that'll track its way into 500-point territory just in front of that out zone.
Yeah, Alex is very, very decorated athlete herself. With that being said, you can go ahead and run that resume. It'll take you a long time, but she has some unbelievable accolades.
2019 Pan American Championship gold medalist with the United States. She was named to the All-Tournament and Most Valuable Player categories in that competition, and also was the 2019 USA Baseball Sportswoman of the Year as part of that women's national team. And again, as we noted earlier, that United States women's national team will be back in action later on this year for the group stages of the Women's Baseball World Cup.
Yeah, she's getting on a roll right now. It's all about getting it high, getting it up in the air and letting it fly. Points on the board, all positive points. See if she stays out of the catch zone here and goes over the fence.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Down the line on that shot for 1,000 points. 5,100 points now for Alex Hugo, making up some good ground as we arrive at the timeout with 10 pitches left here in this middle stage of the final. Whoever comes out on top in this Home Run Derby X, the Cage Championship matchup at the elite level, we're going to have a full-on World Series style celebration. We got the goggles, we got champagne. It's going to be up here on the stage. It's a fun way to cap off a long day of really entertaining baseball here in a way that you always dream about celebrating. You got to do that for real multiple times. How bad is the champagne in the eyes? Did you always go goggles?
Yeah, I don't want to brag, but my garage smells like old champagne. It's definitely an honor to have. A lot of champions in uniforms today from multiple levels.
That one will get out of here as well to left center field, and a hat trick for Alex Hugo as the former Georgia Bulldog continues to crush.
Yeah, there's your 2X. It's a lot of action right there.
This is a big round because now the Cubs have closed this thing to just about 12,000 as she continues to do work, and that's a 3X home run out to center. Alex Hugo willing her team right back into this.
Yeah, this is it. This is about getting hot, and she's showing you how to get hot right now. She's getting hot at the perfect time for these last 5. She gets one of those 2X or 3X. That score shoots to the sky.
That is 3 straight multipliers that she's hit, 2X, 3X, 2X. on these home runs, and now over 15,000 points in this final round as Alex Hugo is pulling the Cubs right back in this thing, and she leaves the yard again.
4 more of the hot streak. She's feeling it.
This is one of those Derby performances you remember for a long time. And Alex Hugo still with the multiplier balls remaining.
Yeah, let's cheer her on, see if we can get there to that 20,000 mark. I know there's some Cub fans out there right now. Cheer them on.
3 more swings. Alex Hugo, Cubs fans, let's hear it for her. 800 points. Man, this is getting a lot closer after 2 rounds than I think maybe we would have expected with a 20-plus thousand point difference. And that's going to get through, and it's gone.
Oh, that's going to put you over 24,000. That's the most points of the day.
And the Cubs are in the lead now with over 35,000 points. And that one down the line will stay fair for 1,200 more. Alex Hugo finishes with 25,750 points and 9 home runs to give the Cubs the lead back.
Alex Hugo, if you don't get her autograph by the time you leave, you're missing out. That's what it looks like right there, a superstar.
What a showing, nearly matching the total of the 2 legends combined who went for 28,300. Alex on her own, 25,750, and the Cubs back out in front, erasing a monster deficit as we head into this final round. What a show from Alex Hugo. Give it up one more time for the Cubs superstar. So we arrive at the final hitter on the Yankees side, and it's a guy who put on a display last time in the cage in the semifinal round. British baseball fans, a guy who sent your team to the World Baseball Classic from the qualifiers last year. Give it up for Alex Crosby.
Desperado, sitting in a old Monte Carlo. A man whose heart is hollow. Take it easy. I'm not trying to go against it. Actually, I'm going with you. Gotta get up out of here and you will leave me behind. I know you won't, cause we share common interest. You need me, there ain't no leaving me behind. Never know, no, just one out of here.
Got a chance to talk to Alex after that semifinal win. We were talking about his time in Germany with that Great Britain baseball team. Alex's mom, born and raised here. He currently plays his ball professionally in the United States with the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. We were talking about that GB baseball team that qualified in Germany back in September for the World Baseball Classic this past March. And of course now, via not finishing in the last spot in that World Baseball Classic group in March, Great Britain has qualified automatically for 2026. It is just a monster stage for baseball in Europe. Great Britain will be there in 2026. Czech Republic will be there in 2026. There is so much runway to build really good things for baseball here and all across this continent. And a guy who is a big reason behind that is Alex Crosby, who takes his first swing and notches 600 points. So trying to get his team not only back in the lead, Johnny, but build enough of a cushion that when you turn things over to the Cubs in the bottom half of this frame, you feel confident about how much lead you've got remaining.
Yeah, you want to start doing a little math in your head. I'd like to see that 20,000 mark get hit. He's off to a good start right now. I'll tell you the one thing this man's got is some frequent flyer miles. This guy's been on the big stage all over the place, the WBC, the Home Run Derby X, as well as being a pro ball player.
Another shot out to right center field as Crosby getting some good contact here early on. Alex, as we noted, currently playing his pro ball in the independent ranks with the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs in the United States. He did play in those World Baseball Classic contests in Phoenix, Arizona for Team GB, played in a couple of those as Great Britain took down Colombia for its win. He finds his way into the catch zone there and loses 250 points, but still at 2250 to get this thing started through his first 5 swings.
Yeah, Alex has that launch angle down. If he can keep that ball in the air, dead center right there, he's going to be in good shape.
Gone again to center field, so another 1,000 points on his total, and the Yankees back into the lead. And now that's where you try to get as much of an advantage as you can. As he goes foul here, but you're really trying to build as much of a cushion as possible before you turn things over to the bottom half of this frame. And Earl Forbes, who is coming up as the final hitter on the other side for the Cubs, another GB baseball vet.
Yeah, there he goes. He's on a roll. So all these points right here are going to be what he's going to turn over to the other side, the Cubs. So these are all bonuses. This is an extremely important round.
Straight out to center field. This one out just to the left center field side of that monument in center. 1250 on the home run hat trick. So now really starting to build some momentum. 6,500 points for Alex Crosby as the Yankees nearing a 4,000 point lead. They're at a 3,500 point lead right now, but still 10 pitches remaining, 5 of them counting for double points. This is the exact spot you want to be in if you're the final hitter in a lineup. You got a little bit of a lead, still got 10 pitches left. You know 5 of them are that hot streak category. So a lot of time to make some distance.
Yeah, 6,500 points. You definitely want to double that with the money balls in play. Starting to do a little math in your head as you're sitting on the bench. Definitely when you're in the box right here, you just got to elevate that right there. That 3X comes in play huge down the stretch.
Went down to get that one and launches it in the direction of that multiplier and won't get it. Actually drops it down into that outfield catch zone. So minus 250, back down to 6,250. Got good contact there as it bounces off the top of the screen here in Trafalgar Square, but that thing is going to carry on out of here for another home run for Alex Crosby.
Yeah, I got to try and get on a roll before those orange balls come out. Those are the most important.
Another shot right back up the middle, 400 more points. Like you said earlier, Johnny, any points at this stage are good. Any positive points are good points, because all you're trying to do is accumulate as much as possible. And now we find our way into the hot streak baseballs as another one just dips down into that catch zone. So crunch time here for Alex Crosby and the Yankees.
Yeah, get underneath it. You got to touch those 2X and 3Xs.
5 pitches left as he hammers this one to center field. 41,200 where the Yankees were sitting prior to that. And that one will sneak out of here for a home run. So 2,000 more points onto the tally of Crosby, who gets under another one and lifts it in the air out towards center.
Yeah, this is going to have a chance right here. It's definitely going to have a chance. Boom! 3X.
There it is. 3X multiplier and the 2X hot streak balls. That is a 6,000 point home run. And the Yankees now have opened up nearly a 13,000 point lead with 1 hitter remaining on the other side for the Cubs.
This is it. 2 pitches right here. He can touch that 3X again. They'll be in good shape.
Final 2 hacks for Alex Crosby, who crushes another one out into center field.
Might miss a 3X, but that's definitely getting out of the yard.
That is way gone. A 2,000 point homer, 52,000 even for the Yankees, and the final pitch for a Yankee hitter on the way. And Crosby will finish his day with 18,200 points in the final round. And the Yankees with that big lead, 15,200. Yankees fans, give it up for Alex Crosby. So the cushion is a big one, but will it be enough? 15,200, but as you can see, 4 of the 5 hitters so far have surpassed that mark, and the Cubs get one more shot to get to that stage as we arrive here at the final hitter of the night at Home Run Derby X, the cage in Trafalgar Square. This has been an awesome day, and the last man into the dish for the Chicago Cubs is the GB veteran, Earl Forbes.
You go bow for the result, nothing to discuss, cause I did win by default and without any doubt, I'm a me happy adult, I no go feed the girl, I no go feed the girl, it's out, I'm a mind that's really dark.
Earl Forbes, a really impressive semifinal round, and now you know what you got to do. You're in a situation where you have the potential to walk this thing off. If the Cubs take the lead, that is it. We played out the semifinals, we played out the earlier contest, but if you can get your team into the lead, that is a walk-off win. That is the celebration. You get the champagne, you get the goggles. It's all here now for Earl Forbes, Johnny.
Yeah, as an announcer, I can jinx whatever I want, but these fans would do nothing more to see a walk-off with the Chicago Cubs, by all means. They got a chance right here, chasing it down.
So here we go, a 15,200 point difference as Forbes gets started. The Freeport, Bahamas native who is on Great Britain's World Baseball Classic roster this spring, played in a game in the Classic. and how fitting for a GB baseball veteran to be the one to try to lead his team into the win column, and he gets it started on his second swing with his first home run.
Yeah, good start right here. He's getting on the board. Probably got 2 homers so far, possibly a 3X. Boy, where are the Cubs fans at?
There it is.
Where, help them out. Where are the Cubs fans at? You want to see this, don't you?
3,000 points off of that swing, and he's going for it again. Just missed the multiplier, but he gets it out to center. 4,000 points, and the deficit now under 10K.
Man, it seems like he can sneeze on the ball and get out of the yard. Another 3X. Where are the Cubs fans? No way, this might be your first victory.
52,000 to 4,550. Forbes with multiple 3X homers already in this round. That one's gonna subtract 100 points, so it adds a little bit of drama, but still a handful of pitches before we even get to the timeout.
Yeah, this ball's to the moon, folks, right here. This is what you're gonna call a moonshot, possible 2X.
There it is.
And he's lightening these up, lighting them up.
10,150 points for Forbes as his team is nearing a potential walk-off here in the final round of the cage.
Yeah, you couldn't script this up any better, could you? I know the Yankee fans out there are holding their breath. The Cubs fans are on their tippy toes.
Another 1,000 points for Forbes as he gets into this one. Those multipliers have played such a huge role here in this final. This will get down just in front of the out region out in center field, and it brings us to the timeout. So 20 seconds, and separating the Cubs from a walk-off right now is 3,050 points. And obviously what we've seen, Earl Forbes can almost erase that with one swing.
Wow, you couldn't have drafted this up any better.
Cubs fans got a chance to watch their team spray champagne around in 2016. They'd love to watch this group do it again here in 2023 in London.
That one's to the moon right there. He's cutting that lead. He's cutting that lead.
That thing gets out over the 3X marker. It's 2,000 points closer. And the Cubs now just 1,050 points away.
There it is.
All the drama of waiting on that drive from Forbes and out to dead center field. That ball is gone. 50 points left to erase the deficit in the final round, and Forbes in the air on what could be his final swing. Getting closer.
To the
One
moon.
more drive. Out to left.
Let's see, Cubs fan on your feet.
The multiplier potentially in play on that shot
Gotta
as this
go.
ball is
Gotta go.
gone, and it's a walk-off win for Euro Forbes and the Chicago Cubs. 50,250 points to 52,000 for the New York Yankees, and the Chicago Cubs with a walk-off win. Congratulations to the Cubs, Dexter Fowler, Alex Hugo doing that massive lift in the middle of this group, and Euro Forbes carrying it across the line. The Chicago Cubs, your 2023 MLB Home Run Derby X, the Cage champions here at Trafalgar Square. Let's hear it for them. You can fly the W in a whole new context here in Trafalgar Square as the Cubs have rallied to take the win over the Yankees. What an incredible round. Look at Alex Hugo in the middle of that group. 25,750 points as Alex Hugo, the University of Georgia product, the U.S. Women's National Team baseball star, rallies her team from a 22,000 point deficit to come back for the win. And there you see it officially up on the board. Cubs win.
Cubs win. Cubs win.
What a fun day of smashing baseballs all around Trafalgar Square here in central London. We're going to get interviews with the winning team. We're going to get the champagne shower up here behind the plate, or behind the pitcher's mound, I should say, as the Cubs have rallied to take the win. And for anybody who traveled here to cheer on the Cubs, feels like a good omen for the weekend if you get this win here on a Friday evening at Trafalgar Square. And man, Alex, it's not something that I counted on doing, calling a walk-off home run for the Chicago Cubs in the middle of Trafalgar Square, and yet here we are. That was pretty good. That was pretty fun. Let's send it out to Amy, who's got some conversations after our final tonight.
Tyler, thank you so much for that beautiful handover. I am here with the losing team. Well, let's not say losing, let's say runners up. Commiserations. How are we feeling?
Yeah, you know what? It was an unbelievable time. Hey, we ended up a little short. We'll go back to the drawing board. We'll make sure we're better next time.
Right, now for those people that are here joining us tonight in Trafalgar Square that are new to the game, they're seeing this incredible setup, a digital court. How real is it? How competitive is it? And how gutted are you to have lost tonight?
It's a gutty feeling. I mean, you're in there, you want to hit bombs, and then the screen tells you didn't. So it's tough, but it's so much fun. It's super competitive, and like we're out here just swinging as hard as we can and hitting bombs in the heart of London. So it can't get any better. Super excited for all you guys to learn about this Home Run Derby X and to be here watching us swing.
We're going to take that back. We're going to rephrase the bombs, and we're going to say extremely fast balls. No use of aggressive torpedo language here. Now, sir, we did speak earlier, and one thing you said was you were not going to chat to me tonight on the main stage because you were going to win. But you know what you've won? You've won the heart of London. How good is it to be here?
Man, it feels amazing. You know, blessed to be here. It's always an honor to represent anything that has to do with the UK. It's like I said before, right? We're chatting, but you know what? We're here, we made it, and it was a great time, so.
And any final words to the Cubs, to the winners? Any sportsmanship out there? Make the UK proud, come on.
No, I mean, congratulations to the Cubs. They put on a clinic. Alex Hugo, I mean, unreal round, right? That's going to be a clear MVP. What an experience that Major League Baseball has put together right here. This is super cool to be in the middle of Trafalgar Square, hitting some dingers.
Some dingers, we'll take that one. And to anyone who is new to the sport, wrap up Major League Baseball for me in 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, go.
Hey, this is just the start of an amazing weekend. This thing will be up all weekend long. Everybody come back, experience this. Come up in this cage, you take a crack at it, see how well you can do. So we're excited everybody's here. We've got an epic weekend. Cubs, Cardinals, Saturday and Sunday. We'll see you guys at the ballpark.
You heard it right here, London Trafalgar Square. Max, over to you.
Thank you, Amy, and thank you to the New York Yankees. Now, for anyone who hasn't got tickets for the London series tomorrow or Sunday, but you just so happen to catch the bug today, make sure you head to MLB.com/London series, or there are QR codes on the big screens. Scan the QR code, head to the ticket website, and make sure you can head to London Stadium if you would like. Otherwise, we'll be here tomorrow and Sunday, live screening both games. So don't worry, more of the same coming up over the next 2 days. But for now, shall we meet the Home Run Derby X, the Cage 2023 champions? Please welcome to the stage one more time the Chicago Cubs. Come on, Dexter, how does the song go? How does the song go? Let's just go straight into it.
You know what? The song goes with a W. Here we go. All the Cubby fans out there, here we go. Fly to W. Go Cubs, go. Go Cubs, go. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Cubs are gonna win today. Go Cubs, go. Everyone.
Sing
go
it.
Cubs, go. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today.
You nearly got the Cardinals fans going. Alex, first of all, let's talk about your round. 9 home runs, 25,750 points. Felt pretty good out there.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was y'all's energy that really pumped me up in that round.
Ural, moonshots all day, my friend. Moonshots all day. You've had a good performance across the 2 games.
A lot of fun. That was so much fun, guys. Thank you guys for coming out. Moonshots for you guys, always.
Let's give it up to my teammates, because I didn't really carry the team. I just got us going. And our BP thrower. We're all winners here.
Yeah, this was a fantastic experience. These guys made it really easy. Just laying it in there and just hitting barrels. These guys are great hitters. This was a lot of fun.
Dexter, it had to be this way, really, didn't it? Cubs and Cardinals in London. You take home the victory.
You know what? We're used to winning. So when I came in here, we gave the people a pep talk. I said, we didn't come here to lose. We didn't come all the way out here to lose. So we came with the W. And we plan to keep doing it.
There we go. Dexter's prediction, 2-0 for the Cubs over the weekend. Is that what you're saying?
I think the Cubs are going to take it.
Do we agree? Amy, final thoughts. That was a good watch.
I have to say, today has been one of the best days I have had in our city. The energy, the enthusiasm, the people, and you guys bringing MLB to London in the most infectious way possible truly has been something else.
We got our main man right here. He's still here with his blazer on.
You know what? You're my man. I feel like we need to bring this guy up. What a legend. I feel like we need to give this guy a round of applause. Okay, we have to ask you, what would you like to say about London and the MLB takeover?
We love it. I came all the way from California to see this. You can't beat it. I love it. World class. Everything is VIP. And the Cubs win, big dog.
You heard it right here. World-class performance in Trafalgar Square. This is the MLB London takeover.
Amy, well done. We've got to get out of the way because these guys are going to celebrate the traditional way. The champagne is here. The goggles are here. So guys, over to you. We're going to do a runner. Thank you. Your Home Run Derby X champions for 2023, the Chicago Cubs, everyone!
Take a deeper role. You might not feel it straight away, but it's a creeper though. She got me feeling that's a body I can't leave alone. You saw her snapping me abroad and now you're mad at me. Cause I'm a woman that can hang out in the gallery. And I'm impressive from the bedroom to my salary. Let me hit, I make your eyes water like an allergy. I love your temper, temperature of an ember. You hustle like you mean it, December until December. I know your love's exclusive, I'm looking to be a member. Playing with your feelings was never on my agenda. Baby, if I bite you, would you bite me back? If I invite you to my place, would you invite me back? Can we pick up in the roles? I'm trying to light a pack. Cause you're the reason I can studio to write this track.
But you left me